Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Drinking with Andrew, coming to you live from Honolulu, or in fact, my house. I'm here today with the Monumental UK puppy, Barty, who is asleep, a pile of clothing and a can of cider. Anyway, I think it's time to, oh, they've changed this. It's time to cue the intro. Yes, it's another Friday night. I'm here. I'm live. I'm getting drunk. Right, who's in the chat? Oh God, we've already got 30 people watching. Ashley was first in. I'm going to ignore the poetry he's left there. We've no time for these onion lovers. Carl's in. I'm also going to ignore his comment. Dave the Jensen, to the Dave count is on 1 already. Hi, Dave. Don's in. Welcome, Don. Matt's in. Hi, Matt. The Dave's in, so that's 2 Daves. Ali's in. Hey, Ali. Richard's in. Hi, Richard. Chris is in. Donut's in. Hello, both. Sexy Sally Kelly's in. Hi, Sexy Kelly. Kinky Kelly. Should we go with Kinky Kelly tonight? Let's go with Kinky Kelly. That'll make her blush. Ian's in. The man formerly known as Hurricane Ian. John's in. Hi, John. Gary's here. Hello, Gary. Yeah, that's it. So what's in store tonight? Mostly me getting drunk. That's pretty much it. Ali is saying hello with a chocolate donut. And we've got Gorgeous Jerry in. Hi, Gorgeous Jerry. How are you? I like the alliteration of that. My favourite Spice Girl. Right, yeah. I don't know what I normally do on these now. I've hardly done any the last few weeks. Hi, Leanne. How are you? Lovely, Leanne. Still not introduced me to her daughter. That's a sore point. I'll put a link in the chat, see if anyone wants to come on. Otherwise, I shall be talking for a bit. As long as it's not Smelly Kelly. Fair enough. Mandy 428, first time here. Welcome, Mandy. Rebecca's got self-isolation this weekend. I'm sure you can never be ugly. Off to Bournemouth. Excellent. Have I been to Bournemouth? I'm not sure if I've been to Bournemouth or not. I can't remember. Down by the coast, though. Should be nice. Hey, Shuggy. What did I get arrested for? We'll come to that later. I've been to court and everything and successfully won. I'm ignoring Chop Chop Busy Work with Bang Bang today as well, because he's also coming out to the Onion Lover camp. So yeah, how are we all today? There's the Dave. I don't know if that's a new Dave. I can't keep, there's too many Daves. But yeah, Leanne's daughter's a boyfriend now. Ridiculous. It's in Wales, Brecon Beacons. That's where the SAS go to die. A free trip to Bournemouth. Very nice. Yeah, you want to get rid of these boyfriends. They're no good. They just cause trouble. Especially if it's me. You're the original Dave. There's too many Daves. You have to start like numbering yourselves or something. You have to agree on a number for yourselves and then speak, so I can work out the numbers. Yeah. What are you thanking Ali for? Oh, Christ's sake. More onion pat poems. We don't need onions. Nobody needs onions in their life. They're just criminal. Really. Only one, the Dave. So you want to go for number one, the Dave? You might have to fight out with Dave the Gent. He might want number one. I've been looking at cottages. Is that so you can whisk me away for a romantic weekend? I'd have to bring the dog with me, obviously. ADP's in, Malcolm ADP. Did Angie wake you up? Were you asleep or did I wake you up? Oh boy. Yeah, is the shepherd still sharing the hut with him? Or is the shepherd no longer in the hut? I think I'm down to London in December, actually. Yeah, my sister's just messaged me. Actually, I need to reply to that. Nice view, yeah, very nice countryside around the Brecon Beacons. Been around there before, driving around there. Cottage ruthlessly booked. I've been on booking.com and booked a hotel room today to go see my nephew down in London. Hello, Peter. There's plenty wrong with onions. Do I fancy following? No, I don't fancy following any diets. I do not like cottaging. Jesus Christ, onions. So, hello, Nick. Unbelievable. Right. Let's see. Should we get some guests on? Let's put the link in the chat. Yeah, I go, Matt. So you're not supposed to be buying a wholesale box from me? That reminds me, I didn't follow up anyone on that. I got distracted this week. A lot going on. This week's been a bit of a trial, to be honest, but you know, it's over now. It's Friday. Oh, I've got a message. Is it my sister? Just Googled the definition of cost. You don't know what it was? Thank you, Matt. Where does my nephew live? He is in Balham at the minute. He was near Peter Ray in Kingston. Then he was in Tooting for a bit, but now he's got a flat in Balham. So I've just booked into the Balham Lodge for a visit. It's his graduation ceremony. It's been postponed because of the apocalypse. So his graduation's on like the 1st of December or something. So hopefully that day, because I've already bought the hotel for. So I'm popping down to see him graduate and to get drunk afterwards. I've got some other words I can teach you as well, Ali, that are far worse than cottaging. Oh, good boy. Have you decided that you're going to be my pillow? Is that what you're voting for? You're going to be Andrew's pillow? Yeah. We could actually have a look on Google to see what the definition of cottaging is. That'll be interesting. Evening, Neil. Yeah, we'll do the big announcement later on when we got some guests. So, right. What there's you? That's me. That's me. That's me. What does cottaging mean? There you go. The action of engaging in homosexual acts in a public toilet. I didn't think it was just restricted to toilets, to be honest. I thought it was anywhere in public. Yeah, there you go. Cruising for sexual partners with the intention of having sex elsewhere. There are over 100. Yeah, I'm not. Somehow I've got not 125 G. Yeah. Gorgeous Jerry is also innocent. You don't need to Google it. I've looked it up for you. Chris suggested upside down pineapple as our next thing to Google. So let's have a look for that. Upside down pineapple. Well, it's a cake, Chris. There you go. You can make a wonderful cake according to BBC Good Food. So there's your definition. Well done, Chris. You've got us feeling hungry. I'm too early. I have, yeah. I had a Thai curry thing from Aldi, which was okay, but it's only it only filled half the plate. So I'm still hungry. So I'm probably going to order at McDonald's in a bit, which kind of defeats the point. And actually, I probably shouldn't be ordering takeaways because I've been struggling with bowel issues of late. But hopefully, the cause of those is dissipated now, so I might be okay. It's a cake. Nothing wrong with it. Cake. What's going on with it? Can't keep up with this chat already. You're already going too fast for my eyes to look up. Google rusty trombone. Okay. Probably get some of my eBay listings coming up for that. Rusty trombone. It's a man or a woman exploring a chap's black orifice with well, reach. Okay. Interesting. Right. Well, it's certainly different to an upside down pineapple cake. Christ. Getting that desperate for content, we're looking up stuff on eBay, not eBay, Google. Refer to cake. What's that space movie from 1992? Is it Space 1992? Spaceballs was in the 80s. Yeah, it was. Good film, that one. Sold that on DVD before, actually. Amazingly, for more than Music Magpie or World of Books are selling it for. What's he barking at? Come and settle. Come, Barty. You were going to be a nice pillow for me. Come on, come settle. Barty. Barty, come away. Come, come. Barty, don't just stand there and ignore me. Come here. Barty, come. Barty, come on. Right, settle. Settle. No, that doesn't mean. Come here. Come here. Barty, come. Barty, come on. Better. Everyone's talking about Spaceballs now. Time for you to settle. It is. Barty, sleepy time. Come on, big boy. Time to sleep. You settle? Settle. Barty. Settle. Barty, no barking. For fuck's sake. Right, anyway. There's the link in the chat. Barty's barking at takeaway drivers. He's very obedient. Nothing wrong with his obedience. He's protecting me from a threat at the moment, though. That in his head, that overrides his, obedience training, doesn't it? The delightful Julie is here. Welcome, Julie. Hello, Terry. No guess so far. History of the World Part 2 series. I mean, is that just going to cover like the couple of years since the first series was published? It's just like a history of 2021. A global apocalypse happened. We all stayed indoors. It was very boring. When did the first one come out? It was Andrew Marr, wasn't it? It's like 2012 or 2010 or something. Yeah, I was going to do like the last 10 years. History of the world from 2010 to 2021. Got COVID, died. End of. I'm really tempted to order McDonald's. You're a good boy. You settle now. Yeah? You go to sleep. You dream of chasing rabbits. Yeah? Or pussycats. You like chasing pussycats? So not the Andrew Marr series then. Maybe in a local lockdown. So whereabouts are you, Julie? I'm not on the task force anymore. Well, the task force I was on is disbanded, so I think moved on to another crisis. See Alec Baldwin has killed somebody as well. I wonder if PP's done any listing. Julie's definitely not from Wrexham. I would know if Julie was from Wrexham. Do you remember Juliet Bravo in the 80s? Didn't Rowan Atkinson do a takeoff of that? Not many miles away from Bradford. Yeah, I'm not having no lockdowns in Wrexham. Best is I've just paid for a hotel in London. You're a good boy. Your mama gonna have to look after you when Andrew's in the hotel, isn't he? Mama can look after you, yeah? She's gonna feed you. Does Stephen remember? Stephen's probably got it on DVD, Blu-ray, and VHS, Chris. In fact, Stephen should get into collecting VHS because I've got a shitload of VHS I need to get rid of. Oh, sorry, I need to sell. I believe VHS collecting is the future of collecting. Every day a VHS is destroyed by a tape machine somewhere. They're getting rarer and rarer. Hi David, good morning Australia. Yeah, every day, in fact probably every hour of the day, possibly even more frequently, a VHS is getting destroyed. We've got to save the VHS that still remain, especially the VHSs that are in my backlog. So if anyone wants to save a VHS, buy some from me. Yeah, save the VHS. Buy a VHS from me and you're saving VHS from destruction. We should all visit the Money Mental Emporium now and buy one of my VHSs and help save VHS. I think that's the future, really. We've tried saving the planet. We've messed that one up. We may as well at least save VHS. Who tries to put a VHS through letterbox? Too big. Julie's got a garage full. Exactly. You could have another garage full. I come down to my last 4 boxes of VHS. Hello, Richard. How are you? Where's my Back to the Future merchandise, Richard? I want me posters flaming and shit. Probably don't work. Don't tell people that, Julie. All of my VHS work, I can assure you of that. If they don't work, it's a problem with your machine, not mine. Definitely work. They're all good. Proper VHS. Ignore the mold on them. That just adds to the, flavour if you were to eat them, which probably wouldn't recommend eating VHS. Hi, Pat. How are you doing? I hope you're well. It's all on the way. What are you going to say? But they could have tried to drop it off today. I've not. I had a 12-hour nap last night. Well, sleep. Mold just adds character. Exactly. I mean, let's be honest. The mold is vintage. It's vintage mold. So genuine vintage mold. People buy anything if you put vintage in the title, won't they? You buy a vintage VHS with vintage mold that has been attempted to be wiped off with a vintage wet wipe. Anyone recommend systems to transfer VHS to a Mac, then onto a digital system? Why not just get a VHS to DVD recorder and put them onto DVD? Then you can just pull them off your DVD. Go around enough car boots, you'll find a VHS to DVD recorder. In fact, probably people in the chat who've got some for sale. In fact, I've probably got some in my backlog somewhere. Could be anything in my backlog. Who knows? Could even be human remains. Probably are human remains, but they're probably my own human remains. Video capture via SCART. That you would need a SCART input for that, though, wouldn't you? Yeah, no, you need one of the VHS players that's actually got a DVD recorder built in it. So it's a dual machine. I've got one somewhere, I'm sure. There's no volcanoes here. Go to Edinburgh, there was a big volcano there. Hello, Peter. Right. Hey, Alison, thank you very much. Have you started your job yet then now, Alison? Oh, my Delithium warehouse is ready on the Star Trek game. Bear with me a second. I'm going to upgrade my research and development department. This is live video game playing. How exciting. There we go. Oh. Right. Done. Started this week. Have you got a specific department you're working in, Alison? Like a specialism or anything? Hi TMT. Who's TMT? Oh, the monkey thrifter. I'm not keeping up here at all. Yeah, so they look sexy in the shirt. I hope they are. Look sexy anyway, don't I? Let's be honest. Just generally. Ugh. Feels weird not being in the pub on a Friday night now. I got used to being in a pub on a Friday. Community nursing. My sister used to be a community mental health nurse. Well, many years ago now. So she was about and about that for get all the public holidays. So they have your Hagmanay then. What's with all the COVID cases? Like the vaccine. Okay, so the vaccine doesn't stop you from getting COVID. You can still catch a disease even if you're vaccinated. What it does do is stop the worst effects of it. So it reduces the hospitalization rate, reduces the amount of people dying. But vaccines don't necessarily stop transmission or transmissibility or prevent you from getting a disease. So every single person in the whole world can be vaccinated, but you can still catch the condition. Went to Bradford Bulls car boot today, and someone asked if I was the guy that did videos. Yes, did one a few weeks ago. There you go, mate. I get recognised. I've had people send me pictures of me, and I'm like, it's cool and say hello rather than take a picture. Just say hello. Don't be scared. I don't bite unless you ask me to. Who's a good boy? Yeah. Did I find my inhaler? The dog found it. He was chucking it around the room. He responded well to his training. We located it, and then he decided that it was a toy to be played with. So I'm looking for it, and I'm hearing him chucking something around. His freaking inhaler. Could have died. But, you know, he complied with his training. So he got given a treat in return for giving me the inhaler. watch some Ghost Watch. How the fuck Ghost Watch? You watching me? What problem I have is like if I get recognised by somebody who is, oh yeah, your post has just come up. Jerry, can we recognise the logo? I reckon Orange County Lacrosse for your logo there, Jerry. How good am I? Wouldn't worry too much about the logo on it though. I've had a fair cool booster. I think I'll be due for my booster in December. As my last jab was in June. I think it's 6 months. Hi Todd. Yeah, anyway, somewhat recognised, you know, like I've been recognised by attractive ladies before, but they've always got boyfriends, so I always end up getting in trouble for like flirting with them because, you know, the fellow's there, so difficult. Summer never leaves Wrexham, Adam. It's like you know, it's well known for its beach life here in Wrexham. You know, we sit here and we drink cocktails with like umbrellas in. That's the kind of place it is. Be even better when I move to the North Wales coast, which is my long-term aim. Once I've paid off my debt, I will be what was I going to say? Once I've paid off my debts, I will be moving to the North Wales coast. Me and the dog will be starting a new life as you know, coastal dwellers. We'll be down on the beach every day. The dog will be chasing jellyfish. I'll be stung by jellyfish. This may have happened recently. Hopefully during the summer there'll be people in bikinis. It'd be great. I say people, obviously I mean ladies. I don't really want to see any men in bikinis. That would be awkward and, you know, uncomfortable. Yes, and I'll be like Baywatch. And hopefully I'll meet my Pamela Anderson there as well. I've not actually checked my Facebook group today. Could somebody give me a quick... Oh, fucking hell, Stu. What the hell is this? What is this filth that is appearing on my Facebook? Unbelievable. Some of my best work. Disagree. Right, what else got on this group? Lee's had his flu jab. He's bought a lot of placemats. There you go. Right. Hey, how long have we been bossing? 40 minutes. We haven't had a guest on yet. Bloody hell. I can only assume that Krillin is now dead. The first time I clubbing since mid-2016. We went to a nightclub in Hitchin together. How can you forget these things? We was throwing out the shapes on the dance floor in Hitchin, Peter. Unbelievable. You forget one of his fondest memories with me. I'm deeply hurt. Wounded. Hashtag wounded. You're getting delivery tonight. I don't might order at McDonald's in a bit, Dave, but I have already eaten. It's just the food I've eaten did not fill me. McDonald's doesn't really fill me either, but it's the only freaking takeaway that doesn't have a minimum order. Can we just call him fucking Peter? It's confusing when you type. Every time you type fucking, someone types in fucking TNT, kind of fucking Teenage Turtles, for Christ's sake. What are we fucking thinking of Teenage Turtles? All right, do I? Jesus. Krillin was on a much better channel yesterday. There are no much better channels. I can only assume that is clear lies. I went out for a meal celebrating my victory in court yesterday. So I missed movie chats. Right. Oh, I've got freaking Google's got freaking definition of cottage open, for fuck's sake. The things you people make me do. Unreal. Right. Oh, the future wife's in. Hello, Kaz. There she is. Best behaviour now, folks. Don't embarrass me in front of the future wife. Although I've probably already done that myself many times. Oh, another text message. Peter saying hello to somebody. I remember the days when Peter used to say hello to everybody who was joining the chat. I think he realised eventually it's too much to keep up with. I can never keep up with who's in the chat. How come Peter gets a hat? Where's my heart? No heart for Andrew. Fame has changed, Peter. Yes, I agree, Stephen. He's a new man now. He only says hello to the hotties now. You don't say hello to us mere mortals now, Stephen? Not into that. I had a Thai curry from Aldi earlier, so I might get a McDonald's later on. Still debating it at the minute. I've not been well recently, so a big part of that is I've been having some, without going into too many details, some bowel issues. So I'm trying to eat a bit healthier, drink a bit healthier. It's going well. What am I free from? Now, we've not got enough viewers yet to come to that. We'll have to get some more viewers on first, and some guests. Stress related, yes, I think so. I hope so. Otherwise, we've got IBS. I'll never be able to eat bloody KFC again, and that's been a nightmare. There's no fucking hair loss on my head. I dare you. It's called a haircut. Stephen, you should try it one day. I am not a diva. I dare you. You know, what kind of be bold and sky? It's bloody. I'm gonna be removing Peter Ray's spanner soon. Bad behaviour. The hell is this? I'm not a diva. Well known for being a restrained, emotionally self-controlled person. Right, what we got? Anyway, you can all tell me what you've been doing this week. That'll fill some time. I could hit him with a spanner. He'd probably enjoy me hitting him with my spanner, Sarah. There's Polishek. Polishek has released a YouTube video today about 5 items that were worth 500 quid, I think, from memory. Chop chop, banhammer. How's sales going? I haven't really listed much on eBay. A couple of days of listing this week. That's it. Plenty of fibre. In fact, well, apparently the brand flakes and the fibre are not necessarily a good thing. Like a piece of yeah, I mean, it's all hand picked, Sarah. So they're all good pieces, really. In fairness, some Patagonias in there, which is always a good brand to look out for. Some Nappers. Don't ask me to say the full name of Napper because I can't. And then some standard Berghaus, Face, and some Helly Hansons. Which I really do need to start actually looking at the retail value of Helly Hansen, in fairness, because I don't actually know what it is. Yeah, Helly Hansen's okay as well, so yeah. I mean, they cost me £1.50 each, so. Oh Christ! Some of the fleeces I've rejected are worth about 28 quid as well. Yeah, there's There's some good places in there. You know, the average price is 20 to 25 quid, so I just need to actually get round to like laundering them, and then the fleeces, they won't need ironing or steaming. Just put on a hanger and photograph them. But I've got a few hundred to go through at the minute, so should keep you busy. What's the bundle? Which bundle? Sorry. Or is that to somebody else? I can't keep up with the chat. Just looking at the houses that have come up for sale in Prestatyn. Nothing yet. Not many Polish resellers in the UK. I'm not sure that's true, actually, Polishek. I think there's a lot, but they're not as public. The car booths that I go to are mostly frequented by Eastern Europeans who are picking up stuff to resell. There's a lot of Polish resellers in the Wrexham area. But they don't, a lot of them sell to each other. Well, you're not selling a bundle, not a bundle of fleece. Well, I might do. I might sell a bundle of fleeces wholesale, but the wholesale boxes that I'm going to be selling is just stuff from my backlog. So there might be some fleeces in there. There might not. It will all be stuff that is worth at least a tenner, up to about 25 quid or so. If people speak to me really nicely, I might even chuck a Barber in. I might not. But, or I should have found some Barber fleeces as well. Pat's in. Welcome, Pat. Now, we've not covered why we're on the free man yet. We're waiting until the crowd builds up first. Any of those thingies in Aldi? I assume it's some food. You can make money off £15 a kilo. Definitely, Peter. You need to know what you're looking for, really. But yeah, there's definitely money to be made at them. If it's a pre-loved kilo one, they tend to have some very good stuff that they put out. Some of the other ones, not so good, but you can definitely make some good money from them. But you need to have a bit of knowledge going in, I would say. But I mean, you could go in there, you can pick up things like American sports vests, for the NBA, NFL, and all that sort of thing. Make decent money on those. You can pick up old vintage football shirts, which obviously you're going to make money on. You pick right. You can get, crazy pattern sort of festival jackets and such like. But you've got to think about the weight of stuff as well. Because you could be picking up a track jacket and it works out on weight as it costs you about 7 or 8 quid, and you're only going to sell it for 15 quid. So you've got to be conscious of that as well. But yeah, I don't tend to go to them. There's one in Chester, I believe, this week. Jerry, actually, are you going to the vintage kilo sale in Chester this weekend? I've not dumped anyone. It's a vintage kilo sale in Chester this weekend, I think. I don't go to him because I've got a clothing supplier, and the prices that he charges me, there's no point me going anywhere else. There's not even any point me going to a charity shop to look at stuff, because he's charging me, less than 2 quid an item. So I don't have to go to these places, but they're good fun. And yeah, definitely money to be made, but it's not for the faint-hearted. I don't know what the ski suit market's like these days. You used to be able to get good ski suits there, which you'd be paying, I mean, they're basically going to cost you 15 quid each, because a ski suit's going to weigh about a kilo or more. And they used to be going for like 40 to 60 quid. Well, you can even get 200 or 250 quid for a ski suit. They used to be going for at least 40 quid, but I haven't picked up a ski suit in a very long time. So, and obviously with the effects of the pandemic, I know that kind of stuff stopped selling for a while. Stay away from blazers as well. Even the Harris tweed ones, people not going to the office as much. They're not, they're not buying as many much office wear. Oh, I am selling some new message. I went into a fucking hole. Need a good fleece and jacket wholesale. Yeah, there's still stuff on it. If you want to buy some fleeces, I can put together a bundle for you if you drop me a note, because I can always get more fleeces. I can do like 30 fleeces for 150 shipped. They'll be standard colour, but they'll be decent brands. By standard colour, I mean they won't have like fucking patterns and shit on, but they'll be selling for at least 20 quid a piece. So do 30, what, 10 to including shipping, so 10, 200, 24, and so a few hundred quid's worth of stock. Yeah, drop me a message. I'm sure I can sort out like some North Face and Burkhouse and stuff for you. A couple of Hellies. They should be in decent condition because I've checked through them. Just need a launder, a wash, because they've been stored in a warehouse unit. But yeah, I'm sure I can sort something out for you. I don't know. I guess in terms of wholesalers, other than myself, obviously, that you could try. Syed do stuff at quite a reasonable price, but the stuff that Syed sell is basically, as far as I can work out anyway, is the stuff that has already been rejected by hand pickers. So the quality is not always great, but always made decent money from Syed stuff. You're probably better off for a bale with them that theoretically has been unopened. Don't bother with bulk, just don't. I would say that the vintage wholesale and Hull as well might be doing some, but their prices can be a little. There's not always a decent enough margin on their stuff, because they supply vintage shops and pop-ups where they can command a slightly better price than we can on eBay, because they are selling to a sort of frequent customers and whatever. Where else would I try? Vault usually have some bundles up. I haven't checked the website for a bit. But yeah, there are plenty of suppliers around, but the trick really is getting it at a price that gives you enough margin. It's the one in Hull, ship UK wide. Yeah, just there's two in Hull. Like Vintage Wholesale Company is the one I've used before, and the stuff I had for them was decent. I had a 250 quid item in the stuff I picked up from them, which was, well, sorry, it was $250 item. It sold for $250. Which I still haven't actually got around to listing, but so about 150 quid item that was in, and I'd paid like 70 quid for my order. So yeah, well, selling a lot of single items now as well. So they're sort of competing then against what's it called? Oh, Vintage then, aren't they? Because they do that. But yeah. The thing with wholesale is your margins are always going to be less, but the quantity of the stuff you get is obviously going to be greater. And obviously, like, if you're in a charity shop picking up something, you might spend a few minutes looking at it for any flaws or defects. The wholesaler is only going to be spending a few seconds with each item because of the volume they're processing, so they will miss things that you won't. But it's my whole business in 2020, or pretty much most of my business last year, was built on wholesale and making some really good money from it. So yeah. Hello, Mel. How's Mel? I meant to message Mel to give her my good news, but I've not had a chance yet. But now she's here, and I'm over an hour live. We may as well go into why I am a free man. So yeah. So back a few months ago, I went on a night out. First Friday out of lockdown here in Wales. Had a few drinks, and then on my way home, I was arrested by the police and spent a night in a jail cell. I was arrested under suspicion of being drunk in charge of a motor vehicle, which they then changed to drink driving. I maintained my innocence throughout. I was, not guilty. I'd not committed the offence, the alleged offence. It's been quite a stressful few months going through that. It eventually wound up in trial. It shouldn't have got that far, but it did. The trial was yesterday. It lasted 5 minutes before the evidence against me was thrown out by the court. There was effectively no evidence. It was not a charge that should ever have got that far. Because I was innocent of it. That's confirmed by the courts. So I'm a free man. But I have had 5 months of having to fight against this alleged drink driving charge, which I've now done successfully, but it's had a very negative impact on me physical and mental health over the last few months. Anxiety levels have obviously been through the roof, and I've had some physical impacts of the stress as well. But it's all over now. I won. I spent 5 hours waiting to get in front of the magistrates, and then I spent 5 minutes in front of the magistrates before it was dismissed. And like the CPS themselves said, it should not have got that far. That it was just ridiculous all around, and it cost me several £1,000s to defend myself as well, because I couldn't get legal aid for it, and my car insurance, which does include legal expense cover, they wouldn't cover it because they said in their experience most drink driving cases end in conviction. But this literally is cut and dried. I am innocent. I have not done the offence that I was alleged to have done. So yeah, found innocent. That's it. CPS dropped the case in court. But there's a lot of there's stuff I won't go into obviously publicly on YouTube. There's a lot that went on around there that's really shouldn't have, and it's shaking my faith in some of the institutions I used to trust anyway. but for reasons I won't go into publicly, for libel reasons, if nothing else. But yeah, it's been an awful 5 months, but it is over now. I am a free man. Retain my license, no charges, everything dropped. So yeah, all done, sorted. But I've still got the physical and mental impacts that's left with me. Like I say, I can't even eat a freaking takeaway now because this stress has caused me to develop IBS, which will hopefully dissipate. The doctor thinks it'll ease now that the stressor is gone, but we shall see. Thank you, Alan. Thank you all. So, yeah, why do you think I was driving? Well, they found me in the car charging my phone. So they assumed that I was drink driving and whatever, but literally, like, it was round the corner from my house, and you know, it's not like, anyway. I won't go into all the details, but said to watch a Viagra advert. It's targeted adverts, George. It's targeted adverts. That's all I'm saying. It's because you've had a kid, isn't it? That's the thing. But yeah, I've got YouTube Premium. I don't see the adverts anymore. It's well worth. I find it well worth the $11.99 because it can't be asked for the adverts. But yeah, stressful experience. Character building though, because you know, survived it, maintained everything. But I had to have a month off eBay in June, not doing any listing or anything. So yeah, so I got $3,500 of legal fees to pay back. But because I won the case, the magistrates have awarded defence costs, so I will get some of my legal fees back as well. What's the penalty? I've been convicted. I would have lost my driving licence. I would have been fined. There could have been more severe consequences as well, but it was at the magistrate's discretion. It was a hard one. Oh, God. The same advert must be linked to me. Yeah, you pack her up to watch this show. But yeah, all over, thank God. Like I say, the CPS dropped the case, so there's no prospect of it being appealed or anything. It was just all done. But yeah, it's just like, it's crazy though, because you know, if I had been you know, at the start, I was so anxious about it. I wanted the anxiety to just go away, that I was like, at one stage, I was like, look, I haven't done anything here, but I just want this over with. I just got to plead guilty just to get it over with and not have to face it. But you know, I overcame that, maintained a not guilty plea, and yeah, you know, even the CPS in court, where you know the prosecutor they had there, he looked very sharp. He was, you know, he knew what he was doing, and he said that there was like 5 minutes in front of the magistrates. They went to deliberate, and he said, "Look, this case is awful that I've been given to present here." He said, "You know, it shouldn't have gone this far." So, you know, so even if the prosecution is saying that, it's just like, oh, fair enough. But yeah, there's other things that went on there as well that were really, you know, not good. But I can't talk about it. But yeah, it should have been dropped a very long time ago. YouTube guy called Live Free after Wrexham police station. Yeah, yeah. I've not a lot of faith in things that I used to have faith in before now. Anyway, but hey ho, that's what the courts are there for, though. Oh, thank you, Matt. A contribution there towards the legal fees. Thank you for the super chat there. But yeah. Save it for the UK movie. But yeah, no, I'm just glad it's over. Like, I was so elated yesterday, but I also had such a headache as well. Like, after it was over, just from the stress of the day, it was like, you know, crazy. And obviously, if I had been convicted, there could have been, consequences for my employment and all sorts. So, but fortunately, there wasn't. But you can be entirely innocent and still be charged with something. And if you haven't got the money to defend yourself, because I could not have defended myself successfully against it without paying for a solicitor. I would not have had the knowledge to do so. And you've got to have the knowledge of the case law and all sorts to be able to do it. So yeah, crazy system. Pleaded guilty and done some time. Ladies love a bad boy. If I'd done time, that would have been the end of my career. But yeah. Thank you, Maggie. But yeah, that's probably one of them. Well, I would say it's not actually the most stressful experience I've been through in my life, but it's definitely one of the most. 2012 was the most stressful year I had ever. My fucking breakdown that year, but yeah. Matt, are you Matt Wood? Are you Matt with Wood? But yeah, I did consider at one point like I was going to come on YouTube and talk about it, but my solicitors, I'm in media department and work, we won't on that. My solicitors let's not discuss it on social media. It's not a good idea. So yeah, to wait until now, because I wanted I was going to do t-shirts and all sorts, but no, I was dissuaded from doing that. So unfortunately, we can't have the hashtag free Andrew t-shirt range coming out. But yeah. No, it's a matches from Cloneffley, Mel. Any update? I haven't watched. I'm not up to date stuff. That lady Scouser got off with drink driving and claiming she had a. Yeah, there's a lot of defences against drink driving, none of which I employed. Mine was thrown out because of lack of evidence, basically. Need the evidence to be able to convict someone, and yeah. The stress triggered me asthma. No, having a cold triggered me asthma. Whether the stress led to my immune system reducing, so I got a cold, I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, survived it. My top tip, though, right? If I had a drink, don't go anywhere near your car, even to get something out of it, because if you get spotted by somebody and they think that you're going to drive the car, even if you're not going to, they can then call the police, and the police can then arrest you for being drunk and charge a motor vehicle. So yeah, don't go near your car if you ever have a drink. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. There are actually legal circumstances which you can drive your car even with a drink, but just don't do it. Don't go near your car. Just don't do it, and then you won't end up in a situation like I did. There's your top tip. So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's why I'm a free man. We'll not be discussing this again because it's just it's not a memory I want to relive. Not yet, Mr. Diggs. Not paid for it yet. Still waiting for the 120 quid. Yeah, I sold something today. Well, accepted an offer on something today for £120. That I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for 30 quid. Probably shouldn't say that just in case the person's watching. I paid £100 at least for on Facebook Marketplace. Yes, which is over there at the minute. I'm just waiting for the buyer to pay so I can ship it to him. But yeah, if they pay for that, it'd be a great result. But yeah, there is the there's a term for the defence that you're talking about there, Shuggy. I've forgotten already. In the last few months, I've become an expert on drink driving law. Through necessity. I was even up until like 3 o'clock in the morning on the Derby trial, researching stuff, you know. So I was able to have a sensible conversation with the solicitors about what we was going to do. But yeah, all sorted now. Back on track. And we've got our first guest in. Speaking of driving.
Hey.
Hello, Bobby. How are you?
What's hanging in, just doing my usual. I just had well, I ate it there, so you can't call it takeaway, right? If you eat it there.
No, that's just called eating. Are you keeping your range? It's
Yeah,
a
it was
job.
a play. It's placed like a Subway, a little bit better, but similar. Uh-oh.
So like so a sandwich place.
Yeah, sandwich place, but very similar to a Subway, but just like a little bit better. That's like a little bit on the lower end Subway. But anyway, I'm going to another thrift store right now, like always.
This you surprised me. I would have thought that you would have been, you know, driving home and not buying any more stock.
Oh, you thought you mean I would have been home listing.
Yeah.
I gotta go. No, in the afternoons, I hit up a couple different thrift stores.
So how much have you listed today?
Well, today is, remember, you guys are like 5-6 hours ahead of us, so you know, it's still early.
Yeah, so basically, you're saying that like it's about 5 o'clock in the. So it's basically the working day is over, Bobby. It's over.
What do you mean the working day is over? For you,
like
not for me.
Like the 9 till 5. You're at the 5.
Yeah, but I don't work. Who works 9 till 5? This is not a 9 to 5 game.
Most of the world.
Yeah, if you're a banker or a lawyer,
or anyone who works.
This is look. This is 24/7. You're always working. You're always when you're a reseller, you're always working.
Even when you're asleep, you're working. I like it.
Yeah, because sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night, and what's the first thing you do? You look at your phone. So you get a sale, an offer. Somebody sends you an offer. Somebody from Australia.
Your bladder's better than mine. The first thing I do is go for a piss.
Well, I check it and then take a piss and then go back to bed.
I don't check my phone at night. If I wake up, I don't look at my phone until the following morning.
Well, but that's different. You have to technically wake up in the morning, even if you're working from home. You said you still have to clock in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, my sister she's like you. She's a government bureaucrat, and she does the same thing. She works from home, and she has to call people on the phone for the government.
This is the first time you've alerted. This is the first time you've alerted me to the fact that you've got a sister. I have several questions now. Is she single?
Well, yes.
Okay. Does she look like you?
Not really. Kinda. A little bit.
Okay.
Well, how about this? She's a lesbian. So.
Jesus Christ. You could have led with that. You could have just said my lesbian sister. I would have been happy with that. I would save several questions.
Yeah, my lesbian sister. That's not why I don't talk to her. I mean, I don't care what her lifestyle is, but she just, she's very selfish. When we lived together, as kids, she was always very selfish and hard to deal with. But we get along on, friendly.
Does she have any kids?
But she's a government bureaucrat. She's a pain in the ass. She calls people who owe money for the taxes. She's got to call them up on the phone.
So basically, she's keeping your nation going.
Yeah, well, just the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Here it's a lot more, I don't know. You guys, each county, I'm sure you got, or well, you don't. Obviously, you don't have states. You just have counties, right?
Yeah.
Or any provinces, or
No.
in Australia, do they call them provinces or state? What do they call them? Like New South Wales?
The fuck would I know?
I don't know. I figure you talk to some people from Australia, you would know.
Yeah, but that's just for sexting.
Come on, you always want to be the one that's more worldly, so
It's
I
not
figured
like
you'd know.
I don't want to be more worldly. It's just a fucking fact, isn't it? You know, I can't help the fact.
Ugh.
So yeah, no, I don't know. There's people from Australia in the chat. I'm sure they'll know the answer, but I've no clue.
I think they would say
The last I heard about Australia, it was a prison colony. That's the extent of my knowledge.
The last I heard, they had a lot of lockdowns and people couldn't leave their house. That's all I heard.
Well, we've all been through that experience, haven't we?
Not as bad as Australia, though. We were never actually locked in our houses. Like,
well, we were here anyway. Well, effectively, we were only allowed to go
in America. I mean, they would close businesses. If you try, like people would try to reopen their pubs, and then they would have government officials come and make them lock them up. But they would never go to actual residences and tell people to, But actually, I shouldn't say that. There were times where people would have like a large party with 30 people in the house or something like that, and then authorities would come and do what authorities do, whatever the fuck. But just individual.
David says it's states in Australia. He's based in Australia. We've got Perfect Patty in. Welcome, Patty. She's a beautiful lady. She's on my sex tour of America. I have told her this. Are you looking forward to my sex tour of America, Bobby?
When you come to America, don't you miss it over here?
It's going to be a while. I've just successfully defeated an attempted criminal conviction that would have prevented me from going to your country. So,
What?
I was in court yesterday.
Kidding me? Well, for what?
I was accused of drink driving.
Drunk driving?
Yeah.
Well, you can come here if you're a drunk driver?
Well, your visa system you have to go through, you have to declare criminal convictions on. So it would have come down to whether it was a crime of moral turpitude, which apparently adultery is.
But all you have to do is you could just come from the south. Yeah, but Andrew, you could just come from the south border. They don't check you.
Yeah.
You don't need papers or anything. You just come.
Anyway, I have no criminal record because, fortunately, I was able to, successfully defend against it due to not being drunk or driving. Not drink driving anyway. So yeah, I think I was quite drunk probably, but
I'm going to that thrift store, the one that's that gigantic one, the one that's about like 100,000 square feet.
So just a small one then.
Yeah, just a little mom and pop charity shop. Mel,
you know what
this one's like.
Is Bobby? Patty wants to know if you're on my sex tour of America. Do you want to be on my sex tour of America, Bobby?
She wants who?
Do you want to be on my sex tour of America?
Do I want to be? No, no, thank you.
What? You don't want to meet me? Unbelievable.
Who's this guy here?
I was going to go and book a hotel room in Manhattan for us.
We'll get a couple of whoas.
Well, no, we've discussed that on this channel before. It got me into trouble, didn't it?
Really? That's what I was thinking about doing for my birthday. Actually, you know what they're having? You would love it. They're having the I think it's this weekend actually. They're having the porn star convention in New Jersey.
Why the fuck aren't you there?
Huh?
Why aren't you there getting fucking autographs?
Yeah, and it's called like the Adult Expo. All the different companies, they make movies and toys and this, all the websites.
Why haven't you
And
fucking gone? Why are you going to a fucking thrift store when you could be there? Why are you not live from the fucking porn expo? Go and drive there now. Go and drive there now. Don't come back until you're there.
Nah, I can't. I don't. I don't want to. You know what kind of money I'm going to spend there?
We will super chat money.
Yeah, well, super chat.
I mean, obviously that money will come to me and not you, but that's a minor detail.
I think it's this weekend or next weekend. I think it's. Is there one more weekend left in October? I think it was the last weekend left in October.
Right, next weekend you'll go in there.
It's called. It's Edison, New Jersey. It's right over the border.
In fact, has your country let people in yet? Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
When is the port expo in Edison, New Jersey?
Hey Siri. That doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, you can. They sit on your lap. You take pictures with them.
I'm already.
Actually, I was actually gonna go to an. I was gonna go not far from there. I was gonna go to an estate sale, but I didn't want to go there, and they're gonna have really high prices on stuff. It was not far from there. To drive all the way to New Jersey, it's gonna take. So you have to remember, it's not far in miles. It's just far because you have to drive around New York City. So it's like I'm sure, like London. Huh?
Just hire a helicopter.
Yeah. An Uber helicopter. Actually, they do have. You want to laugh? They do have Uber helicopters, and it's funny because hold on one second here.
Patty has been to New Jersey, but not. So where are we going? Where am I coming for the sex tour then, Patty? We need to work out this route.
Yeah. So when you get hold on. So they were making a joke online because it was cheaper and quicker to go from Manhattan to JFK Airport with the helicopter rather than the taxi cab. Cheaper.
That does not surprise me. I've had a taxi on. I've been in a taxi from JFK to Manhattan before.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I was like, let's get the train. Could have got a train. Could have come into Grand Central. Could have been brilliant. No, taxi. Made my sister pay for it though. Patty wants to know what the stadium is in New Jersey that's near New York City or county. I assume she means city.
Could you rephrase that question?
What's the stadium in New Jersey that's near New York?
Okay, the stadium, the technical name is called MetLife Stadium. It's just a corporate-sponsored stadium. That's in East Rutherford, New Jersey. It's on the board. It's not far away from Manhattan. But it's just called MetLife. It's where the New York Football Giants play. It used to be called the Meadowlands, but they changed it. Of course, they change every name because of corporations.
Yeah, because they're paying millions of pounds to name the stadium.
Exactly. So that's the same difference over here. MetLife Insurance.
Has it made you tempted to get life insurance?
Insurance for whom? I don't have a fan. You only need health insurance, life insurance. Oh, look at that flannel. All right, let's take a look. Let's see what you. I got to go to the suit department.
Well, Patty says she saw BTS there.
Wait, at MetLife? Where does this person? Where does she live? And where?
She lives in America.
Okay, but that kind of doesn't narrow it down.
Well, it does.
That's like saying to live in Europe.
Yeah, she doesn't live in Europe. She lives in America.
I understand, but it's similarly like if you were to say, "Oh, by the way, I live in, wherever the fuck."
I'm waiting for her to answer the question, and I'm just filling the fucking time. Everyone's a critic.
All right, let's see what they got here. Rubbish.
North Carolina.
Rubbish. Oh, that's far away. That's probably about like 10-hour car drive from me.
She probably got a plane.
Yeah, that's far away. All right, let's.
You need to.
Rubbish.
We need to start getting you into buying ladies' clothes.
Nah, I don't like ladies' clothes. Ooh, here you go. Corneliani. Let's see. How much is that? Pink tag, which means 50% off. Okay. All right. Not bad.
Bobby's about to buy a blaze. Drove. Jesus Christ. I'm coming on the aeroplane to North Carolina. Is North Carolina ready for me? That's a big question.
I don't know if you would like it down there. Might not be for you.
Are you kidding? The people there will love me. They will take to me like the new fucking Messiah.
No, because North Carolina, it's not very posh. I know you like very posh areas.
What, because I've been to fucking Los Angeles?
Yeah, a couple of parts of North Carolina are a little posh. They have a couple little cities there, but that's it.
I've been to Compton.
You know why they call it Carolina?
Leon wants to know how many suits you sell a week.
Every day I probably sell a suit.
7.
Sometimes, Well, no, sometimes I sell 2, sometimes I'll sell 3. Tomorrow I don't have any going out. Today I had 1 or 2 going out. Come on, see if there's anything good here. I think I got here a little late.
Patty says she's near somebody called Charlotte. Don't know who Charlotte is.
Charlotte is a big city. Well, it's a medium-sized city. It's a growing city.
They've named a city after a lady.
Yeah.
Jesus
somebody,
Christ. They're fucking cool cities by
somebody
anything
in
now.
British, someone in English history.
Well, like Charlotte fucking Bronte.
That's who most of the people named after. Somebody like Raleigh. You've heard of Sir Walter Raleigh?
Yeah, but I've not heard of somebody famous from Britain called Charlotte. We're going to look it up. We're going to see who it's named after.
Yeah.
Be interesting to find out.
His jacket, new name brand. Come on.
Queen Charlotte. Who the fuck was Queen Charlotte? Christ, I've got a degree in history and I can't even remember a queen called Charlotte.
Yeah. And Carolina, I think, is from Carolus something. Rubbish. A lot of rubbish there.
Queen Charlotte. Oh, wife of King George III. Oh, she wasn't fucking famous.
Wait, King George III or the first?
Third.
Oh, that was the one that we fought in the war. And also, you want to know a fun fact about King George the First was that he did not speak English.
Sounds like most of them.
Yeah, he did not speak English. He was from Hanover, Germany. Nothing good today. What happened?
Yeah, literally never heard of her before.
Who
There you go.
never heard of who before?
I've never heard of fucking Queen Charlotte before. She's a new historical figure to me.
Winnebago. Never heard. Oh, all the resellers must have got good stuff early.
Are you not buying that blazer then?
No, it was a 2-piece. I don't know. It's kind of dated. Doesn't have a size on it.
God forbid you'd have to get the measuring tape out.
No, I take the measure. No, I can do it, but I'm just saying it's an older piece, so it's. I might grab it. I don't know. If I don't want to wait online for one item, you know.
Shuggy wants to know what queen was Queens in New York named after.
I don't think any. I don't know. That's a good question, though. I don't know when Queen, but I know Brooklyn is something Dutch. The Dutch name. It's not. It's not British.
There's a town in Wrexham. Wrexham's a county. I don't know if I've ever told you that. The town in Wrexham county called Andrew. Do you know who it's named after? It's not even listening.
I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
I said there's a town in Wrexham County called Andrew.
That's funny. Here we go. Fumagalli.
Shirts. I hate fucking shirts.
What do you mean? I thought you like shirts.
Fucking hate them.
So you know what I did too? I sent a lot of my items out to a consignment place to sell for me, and I'm curious to see how they're gonna do, because what they do is they just list them on auction on eBay.
So they're auctioning your stuff and they take a cut of it and give the rest to you then?
Yeah, but the difference is, I know everybody said, well, why don't you just auction yourself? But they have a special following. They have like tens of thousands of followers on Instagram and everything. So people will buy stuff just because it's them.
Well, presumably,
you know what I mean?
they'll like photograph it and everything as well.
Oh, of course, yeah. And their photographs are like 1,000 times better than, you know. They're very well known, and you know they're picky. They don't take everything, you know.
So they
don't just
rejected.
take any piece of.
So they rejected most of your stock then.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but most of the. I mean, look, if you look at their store, they just have, you know, Gucci and Chanel and Louis Vuitton and this stuff.
Apparently, Queens was named after Queen Catherine of Braganza. Do you know who she was married to?
No clue.
King Charles II of England. King Charles II.
King Charles. Okay, did not know that.
He was the first king after we became a republic.
Interesting. King Charles II. Is that the story with the horse that they came into the parliament on the horse, or something like that?
He was smuggled overseas to France when the revolution happened.
Yes.
And Patty doesn't like pants. She prefers people who don't wear them. Right, I've got to pop to the toilet. Bobby's in charge.
Oh, nice. So who? All right, so I gotta look in the see if the chat and see who's here. Comments. Drunk Girl Patty, how you doing? Not a fan of pants. Stu Mandry, how you doing? George Washington had to borrow money to travel. Borrow money? That's interesting. Because George Washington was the richest man in the colonies, so I'm curious why you would have to borrow money. Let's see who else is there. What's Pensacola named after? I'm sure that's probably, I don't know, it's probably some type of Indian name. Probably. Sounds like it. Mad King George, I guess that's, I don't know, is that the first, second, or third? Part 1, 2, or 3? Let's see who else. Charles II didn't speak English either? Really? I didn't know that. I just know that George I didn't speak English because he was the one that took over the throne, so they had to go to Germany to take a king. For that. How are you? Here we go. Look at all those pretzels. Here we go. Nice, right? We got pizza. What should I get? I'm gonna get this with the cinnamon. I'm gonna put you guys down. I'll have the cinnamon and a large diet soda, please.
Are you getting more food? I'll leave you for 2 minutes and you're buying more food. George Washington was asset rich with cash poor. Sounds like me with my fucking backlog. Good boy. He was a good dog. Can you settle now? Settle. Batty. Come on. Come settle. Settle. Good dog.
Oh, 1 second, I'm in pain. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I can either go home.
Kinky Kelly is fuck. Kinky Kelly is jealous of your food.
What do you got?
You're doing fucking better than I am.
You got a little coronavirus over here or what?
No, asthma.
I heard that it's coming back with a vengeance over there. Is that true?
Not as it's never gone away, so it's not really something that can come back.
Okay.
Rates are high, but they're always going to be high. It's fucking winter. Pubs are open, people circulating. and the circulating
Winter. I'm still wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, you guys get. It's funny because you guys in October, you guys get cold real fast. Like it just all of a sudden goes right to winter. You guys go right from summer into winter. You have no fall.
Not really.
I see all you guys in your videos with like big heavy coats.
Do you ever sell cups?
Sell what?
Cups. You know, like you put your drink in.
Cups. Do I sell them?
Yeah.
Like a coffee mug, you mean? Something like that?
Well, no, like a cup. Like a teacup.
Not really.
I was researching cups the other day, right? Apparently, people in England, everyone in England drinks fucking tea out of a cup, right? Out of teacups, are obsessed with them. Apparently,
sure,
people didn't like fucking start drinking out of cups until they saw Queen Victoria using one on a train. Crazy, right?
What were they drinking out of?
Mugs, tankards, goblets.
Like a tankard, like a beer.
Yeah, like a big.
I used to sell those once in a while, like a beer stein or like you said, like a tankard. We really don't use that word here, but
yeah, no cups until somebody watched Queen Victoria using one. Crazy, right?
Wow. Well, just very influential. So what should I do? Should I go home or go to the that one last thrift store?
Have you got more food?
These are like pretzels that are dipped in cinnamon.
Jesus.
You don't like cinnamon?
No, I do. I just like, I can't eat food at the minute without shitting for the I eat food at the minute. I shit it a lot.
They actually kind of taste like do you probably call it? Do you call it French toast or no?
The only toast I eat is from my toaster.
No, but like
we've got a face we haven't seen for a while, Bobby.
Mother's mustache. How you doing, Mother's mustache? Go to one last thrift. Yep, she knows it. She knows the deal. She's from North Carolina. I think she's from North Carolina too, or South Carolina. I mix up where people are from. Except for you guys. Obviously, I know you.
Just do what I do and say America. It's easier.
But doesn't that narrow it down?
Yeah, it narrows it down to America.
Yeah, but it's a lot different. So what would you like to be narrowed down?
She's in Oregon now.
Do you prefer UK or Britain?
Well, UK. Well, actually, I think the thing is Britain and UK is not the same thing.
Yeah.
Britain.
I know it's just not Ireland, right? Everything except for Ireland.
Yeah. Well, the UK is Northern Ireland included, so I like to be inclusive because it's the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Now, do they have? I know that there's a special British flag, but is there a special UK flag that encompasses Ireland or no?
We just have the Union Jack that covers the whole of the Union.
Yeah.
It covers all 4 countries. There isn't a Great.
But now, what about like? So technically, what do they call like Gibraltar? That's technically not that's not UK. That's
Well, no, that's a colonial. It's a colonial possession. We call it conquered.
But do they have any special kind of like, for example, Do they have any special kind of British rights at all?
I have no idea. I've literally no interest.
Because, like,
Do you
for
ever,
example, we have.
do you ever eat chocolate?
Huh?
Do you ever eat chocolate?
Have I ever eaten chocolate?
Do you like
No.
chocolate?
Yeah. I don't know.
I've
Who doesn't?
just never seen of it. I was in Norfolk the other day, like an English county.
Uh-huh.
We went to a chocolate museum.
Nice.
And
I like chocolate.
apparently Norfolk was the last county in England to discover chocolate. It didn't have chocolate there until 1911. Fucking crazy.
Wow. Now, where's Cadbury?
That's Birmingham, or near Birmingham, a place called Bourneville.
Yeah, my grandfather used to love that Cadbury chocolate. His favorite. Do they still make it there, or is it made like in China or something?
There's a Cadbury factory in Wrexham.
Kidding, really?
Well, in the county. It's in a place called Chirk.
Cool. But I was saying, we were talking about possessions. You know, we have, well, I say it very loosely, the island of Puerto Rico. If you're a Puerto Rican, you can come to the United States. You don't need any kind of documentation or anything. You can just come, but just by being a resident of Puerto Rico, you can move here. You can't vote from Puerto Rico, I don't think.
Well, if you were Gibraltar,
they have their own government.
If you were Gibraltar, you'd be free to come to the UK and back. No issues with visas or anything there. You'd still need to show your passport.
But you can move with no problem.
Yeah, if you were Gibraltar and you wanted to work here, that's fine.
Yeah, same thing like Puerto Rico. But they have like same thing with Gibraltar, like they have a special flag. Like Puerto Rico has their own Olympic teams and everything. Good pretzel. So where's everybody?
What do you mean, where is everybody?
Usually you have people jumping in the chat.
Oh, yeah, I don't know, Dad. Probably got COVID.
I know.
I haven't put the link in the chat for a while, to be honest. I'm thinking about ordering the McDonald's, Bobby. Do you reckon I should order a McDonald's?
Yes. McDonald's, delish.
Do
they have the same menu? Similar menu? Or?
No, it's different to yours. Or certainly the last time, I mean, there's definitely dishes in your McDonald's that we don't have over here. We have Big Macs, but I had pasta in one of your McDonald's. We don't do pasta in our McDonald's.
Never seen McDonald's in a pasta McDonald's, yeah.
I have. I've eaten it in mac and cheese.
And what else is there? Chicken McNuggets.
Yep, we have chicken McNuggets.
But are they special American chlorinated bleached nut McNuggets?
No, we don't want your chlorinated shite over here. I think
you guys have that now.
No, we haven't agreed to trade deal with America yet.
Really? I thought everything was supposed to be going through.
We're trading with America. We always were, but we haven't got a specific trade deal in place at the minute. So, because of issues like your fucking use of chlorine on a fucking chicken.
Don't worry. Our chicken's fine. Everybody eats our chicken here every day. It's fine. It's just propaganda. Channel 4 News.
McDonald's in Asia have rice.
Really?
If they're anything like the McDonald's I've been to, Patty, they've probably got rats as well.
I seen something. I don't know if it was Burger King or McDonald's, but I believe it was in Japan, and they had a hamburger bun that was black. I was like, that's weird.
I think they just burnt it.
No, it was a black hamburger bun. Oh yeah. All right, let's see here. I gotta catch this light. So what time? Oh, it's only 5:30. It's kind of all right. I'm gonna see if I can make it there in a half an hour to the other thrift store. You know, the other big one I go to. But I don't know if it's go straight or change the highway. I don't know. Anyway, not much estate sales this weekend. Last weekend I bought a bunch of shit. I filled up a few large garbage bags full of clothing. A lot of shirts. I know you don't like shirts, but
No.
So have you been picking up merchandise, or no?
Yeah, I picked up 100 fleeces this week.
From a supplier or from like a charity shop?
No supplier. I've got a dude I know. He gets a shipping container of clothing every month. So I pick through some of it.
And it comes from America?
Well, it alternates. Sometimes it comes from Europe. He does get containers from America.
It was so funny that, what's his name? This guy, Chris, Cardboard Chris, he was showing some stuff that he picked up from some bulk supplier. And it was so funny because one of the jackets was for a small college that was literally 5 minutes from my house. And I'm like, what the hell is the chance? I don't even see jackets from that college at my thrift stores. I'm like, what the hell is the chance that you're going to have a college that I went to 5-10 minutes from my house in a lot? Like, what the hell? I told you that the school is in that area where Charles Lindbergh took off. And it's kind of weird. None of you guys know who Charles Lindbergh is. Everybody who I ask is like, oh, I have no idea who he is.
He was an aviator, wasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, not just an aviator, but I mean, he was the first man to cross the Atlantic in one shot. Like,
New York to Paris, he went.
Yeah.
Yeah,
where he took off.
We know who Charles Lindbergh is. He's not. He shouldn't be. People should know who he is. He shouldn't be unknown.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, of course,
first pilot of the Atlantic. Shuggy says. Sorry, I'm distracted. Should I go for chicken McNuggets? Do you know?
Sure,
do you know where chicken McNuggets were invented?
McNuggets, Ireland, Scotland.
They were. They're an old recipe invented by British soldiers during World War I. Basically, bits of magpie, which is a bird that used to fly over the battlefields, coated in bread crumbs,
and fried in oil.
Then obviously, your guys come over fighting with us, took the recipe back home, but did it with chicken.
The McDonald's.
So interesting story for you.
Yeah. Then, looks like it's gonna rain.
Right.
Oh.
So
you gotta call it up or what? Or you do you do Uber? Or you call
we have similar to Uber, a company called Just Eat I'm using. I'm just seeing who's open with no minimum order. KFC's open with no minimum order, but I'm not risking that at the minute. Rex and Kebab and Pizza, I'd rather fucking die. I'd rather eat my own fucking intestine than have shit from there. Christ. Yeah, McDonald's today. Yeah, I'll fetch up the menu on screen. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you can see what we have. Here we go, McDonald's. Big Mac, Chicken McNuggets,
Okay.
Nacho Cheese Wedges. What the fuck they are. McFlurry.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Lots of Big Macs.
Okay,
Quarter pounder with cheese. Problem with the burgers is they've all got fucking onions in, so I turn all those down. Fillet of fish.
It's funny. They have a quarter pounder sandwich.
Apparently so. I'm having a chicken sandwich.
That's funny because you know that there's always that joke that from the movie Pulp Fiction. They're like, oh, they wouldn't know what the fuck the quarter pounder was because they use metrics. You've heard that joke before, I'm sure, right?
No.
You never heard of the movie Pulp Fiction? It's like a famous movie. No?
Not heard of the movie. I just fuck me, £3.50 delivery fee. Fucking hell, I'm not having a McDonald's. That's ridiculous. I'm not having that. I'll have a bag of crisps. Fuck that.
£3.50 is too much?
Well, it's ridiculous. I'm going to see how much KFC is. I might get a chicken burger from there. I'm not paying £3.50 for a fucking delivery.
Yeah, well, these people have to make a living too, you know?
Yeah, but that's insane.
Right? You mean you usually would leave the guy a $5 tip?
Well, we've discussed this before. We don't tip people.
Yeah, you discuss this. We're cheap fucks over here. We ain't giving nobody nothing. Suck it up.
Right. Let's have a fucking look at KFC. I just want a burger.
I told you, my friend, he told me this. He was the one that confirmed the whole thing about the bar stools and everything. And he was saying about, he's like, yeah, you know, people don't, and he's like, another thing that's weird about the bar over there is like, they don't put money on the bar in England, whatever. That's another difference. You know what I mean? That you guys don't leave money on the bar?
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
Is that true, I guess?
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah, like here, if you went to a pub here, you're going to see money all over the bar, you know. And everybody would usually, I mean, now the prices have gone up.
I can't believe how much they're charging for fucking delivery here. £2.50. Fuck that. I'm going back to McDonald's.
Oh my god. Yeah, so here, like, you usually, I mean, now people have to put more money on the bar, but before, you used to be able to put $20 on the bar, and then you'd have a bunch of drinks. Every time, if you had a beer, it was $3. They take out, and then they put the change on the rest of the bar, you know, and then you have another beer. And then, you know, if you have $5-6 left in your pile, then you just leave the rest of the money for the bartender.
Yeah, no, we don't do that.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying here, that's the usual way they do that, you know. They leave the money on the bar. You know, there's a lot of places they won't serve unless you put money on the bar. They won't even take your order unless you put your money on the bar.
Right, I'm not ordering a Just Eat. It's far too much money.
You can't afford. Is reselling doing that bad that you can't afford $5?
I've had to spend a fuckload in legal fees, so I'm poor.
Oh, come on, you're full of shit. You got more money than. I know you got money under the bed. And legal fees. Come on, you got plenty of fucking money.
Nope, can't afford it.
I think you're full of shit. But anyway.
I have got £100 to last me until payday. So I'm not spending any money on shit. If it was like £6 or £7 to get me takeaway Before it used to be free delivery, but I'm not paying £3.50 when it used to be free delivery.
So what now? How much? Like, so if you wanted to get a meal for say McDonald's, say a Big Mac sandwich, chips, and a soft drink, what's that cost?
You know they come with
Aside from the
fries,
delivery,
right? You don't need to
huh?
do. We do call them fries here. You don't need to do the inverted commas. They are fries.
Oh, you do call them fries? I think you
Yeah.
call it chips.
Chips are different to fries. Chips are what we've had
All
this
right.
conversation before. I'm sure chips are thick cut.
Oh, I see. Flat cut. Well, but then
Thick cut.
isn't that crisps?
No.
Okay. The McDonald's French fries. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you get soft drink, French fries, and a Big Mac sandwich, how much is that going to cost you?
Well, we just tried to get it. It was going to cost me nearly £10. It was ridiculous.
Wait, 10 quid with the delivery charge?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it?
I mean, that's it. It's fucking extortionate. I could go if I went in there. It would cost me less than £5.
Fiver for that? You're kidding me. That's it?
I think it has been a long time since I've been in one, but yeah, it'd be about £5.
Nah, that's cheap. Wow. You guys got cheap food there, man.
Well, you've got cheap. Your food
Actually,
prices are cheaper than ours.
you what?
Your food prices are cheaper than ours.
Now, McDonald's, let me do the math. If I went to
What you?
McDonald's right now, it's going to be.
I've had a super chat for free delivery. Thank you, TD. I'm gonna have to
Oh,
order one now.
thank God somebody did
I
that.
have to order one now. No, I think the thing you've got to remember though, right, is
Yeah.
our portion sizes are very different.
Oh,
So,
yes.
so what?
It's
It'd be like a fucking kids meal.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
So yeah, it might only be like a £5 or £6, but it's a tiny fucking portion.
Yeah, I remember that's what Nick Hill was saying. I watched one of his videos when he came to America a couple
I
of
can't believe
summers
the
ago.
portions. The first time I went to America, I ordered a regular meal. It was the fucking biggest meal I've ever seen in my life. It was huge. I couldn't believe the size. This was before Super Size Me had come out and all of that. So, you know, it was the proper good old days when you could go in a takeaway and you'd get, you know, properly fried food that was decent portion size and everything. It was brilliant.
So then
And this is
you
like,
would definitely love North Carolina. They have barbecue. You know what a barbecue restaurant is? I'm trying to think if you know what that kind of food is.
I've seen them on the TV. I have been to
Yeah.
Korean barbecue before, but it's not the same thing.
Southern barbecue. And even every state has their own. It's like anything else. Like every city has their own whatever cheese or something, you know, whatever. And they are every state has their own. Like Memphis has a certain kind of barbecue. Texas has a certain kind of barbecue. They're all kind of different, but they're similar in the way they're, you know, smoky and you know long. They smoke the ribs for a long time. You could put it on a sandwich, put it on you can eat it off the bone. You know,
Sounds good.
but barbecue food, yeah, it's good. You know, they fill you up. But a lot of stuff is fried chicken, fried this, fried that, fried the other thing. Up north is a lot different. Up north, because up north is more the immigrant areas. You know, we call it the ethnic area. You know, well, I call it the ethnic areas. You know, where you have different, like you go to New York City, you have all different kinds of shit. You know, but the rest of the country is, it's their own kind of cuisine. You know.
Do you like cheeseburgers? I fancy a cheeseburger.
I'm sorry.
Do you like cheeseburgers?
Do I like cheeseburgers? I mean, what kind of question is that?
Well,
What is
it's
like
a fucking.
cheeseburger?
Well, I assume vegetarians and vegans.
Yeah, but I don't count those people. Well, I mean, most people. Most
No,
people, like you said, ice cream,
we got a
cheeseburgers, pizza.
we've
The
got
only thing I'm
a
not into is seafood. So what?
we've got a cheese factory in Wrexham,
Okay.
which was fucking news to me. Hey Karen, it's been a while. Yes, we got a cheese factory in Wrexham. So I've been like
You know
trying to
she's
get
from
out.
my area, right? Karen's at the beach. You know she's
Is
from my
she?
island.
Karen, do you want to be on my sex tour of the USA? Vote yes. Um, so I went there to have a look around, see how the fucking cheese and shit is made. Yeah. Do you know what they use to fucking strain the whey, the shit that comes off the cheese?
What?
Socks. Actual fucking what they call socks. Have you heard of the phrase "smells like old socks"?
So that's what it's from.
That's where it's fucking from. The cheese factory. Unfucking believable.
That's funny. We
Well,
made a joke.
well, the thing
Munda
is,
cheese.
me being a reseller, I'm sitting there thinking this is a business opportunity here. I could supply them with socks.
Yeah, I don't think they want used socks.
Yeah, well, yeah, apparently not, because they did turn down my offer. But yeah,
Now here we have over here. I don't know if you could see. I don't know. It's not gonna go. We have a place. Oh, I think you're opening up soon. Popeyes restaurant.
yes, yes. I'm looking. I might even try one of those when I'm down in London. I believe they've got some in London now.
Yeah, it's called. I'm looking right at it. It's called Louisiana Kitchen. So it's very like it's breaded and fried, but the breading is it's very crispy. You know, like it's these stores are very busy. They're putting KFC out. You know, they're very busy. This Popeyes.
Oh,
And right now
fucking
I'm buying
McDonald's
coffee.
turned into a pre-order.
What happened?
Ah, I'm gonna have to log out of Just Eat. Hang on, I have to start this again. What a piece of shit. I'm having some issues with Just Eat at the moment.
Technical difficulties. Mulligan's Bar.
I think, yeah, McDonald's is no longer taking orders, so I'm gonna have to go for KFC.
Why? I guess they're too busy. So now let me ask you a question. What exactly is a what?
I don't know why they're
When
not
they
taking
say
orders.
what happened?
Right.
When they say lorry driver, does that just mean delivery driver?
Means people who drive lorries.
What's a lorry?
Uh, I guess it's what you would, like you have 18-wheeler trucks.
Yes.
Yeah, like the people who drive those.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we call them trucks.
Yeah, you would call them a trucker.
Yeah.
So basically,
You
it's
call them a
trucking.
lorry.
They're a lorry driver here.
Okay. So they got that straightened out with the gasoline, with the petrol.
Oh, we just got the army to drive it. It's fine.
That's
That's what they're for.
It's funny.
That's what they're for, really.
To drive
Right, I've
trucks.
got a KFC coming. Can't believe McDonald's has only gone to pre-order.
Ugh. So is Karen's at the beach? She's still there? I can't see if she's chatting.
I don't know. I've asked her if she wants to be on my sex tour of America, and she's not replied.
So I want to know if she's been to Island Thrift lately.
There you go, Karen. Bobby wants to know if you've been to island thrifting recently. I mean, I believe it's banned to Americans, but
Banter Americans. Yeah, actually, yeah, because she's from a city that has a big thrift store. And come on, you son of a bitch.
Does
Getting
anyone
tired. I might
else here in the chat follow YNFA on Facebook? The guys who used to do the deluded Liverpudlian commentary, because all their fucking stories now are trying to get me to sign up to a fucking OnlyFans page for somebody called Missy Ellis.
Missy Alice?
Like, what the fuck happened to the deluded commentator?
I think I'm going to make a detour. I don't think I'm going to go to that thrift store. I'm getting tired.
Right, let's check on my progress and my order. A driver has been assigned.
Nice.
The estimated delivery time is 10 minutes to half an hour from now. There we go.
All right, that's 10 minutes.
I was really in the mood for McDonald's as well. They've let me down badly there.
But now with this company, these are like those independent drivers. So it's like an Uber. They're not working for McDonald's.
Nope. Some of them do work for the takeaway, but McDonald's doesn't employ any delivery drivers.
Yeah. And now that guy, you wouldn't call him a lorry driver. He's just a food delivery driver, man.
It's just somebody like you and me, isn't it? It's just somebody doing it as a part-time gig in the evening.
To supplement income supplementation.
Yeah. I even considered doing it, but then the temptation was there for me to, well, the issue I've got is the fucking Land Rover drinks fuel. So I would not make any money from it. It would just all go in the fucking fuel tank.
Yeah. Oh, so then this guy, you're only giving him $350 for the delivery.
I'm not giving him fucking anything.
What do you mean?
I'm being fucking raped here. This is like when the hookers were charging for fucking petrol. It's the same fucking principle.
Yeah, but how are they going to make a living?
That's not my problem.
What do you want them to do? Take a bicycle to your apartment?
Karen says she doesn't go to Island Thrift. She doesn't like being in the hood.
Being in the hunt?
Hood.
Say that last word. Oh, the hood. HOOD?
Yes.
I can't. I'm driving. It's not easy for me to hear, man. Sorry. It's road noise. The hood. HOOD.
She says she sometimes goes to Savers.
Okay. I go to Savers. That one. I was just gonna go to this Savers that's near my house, but the one that she's probably talking about, the one that's out by her. Go there once in a while. Come on. Motherfucker, go. But I'm tired. I can't go to that. I was already there yesterday. I don't need to go again today. I don't know if they're going to put more fresh merch out. Yeah, it's kind of in the hood a little bit, you know, that Island Thrift. And you have to go only on certain days because their prices are really high.
Have you met Karen then?
No, I've always tried to meet up with Karen, but
she's got more
like
sense.
Huh?
Don't meet Bobby. Very sensible.
Why not? But she doesn't live near the beach, so I don't know why she says I'm at the beach.
She doesn't claim she does. She says she's at the beach.
Oh, at the beach. Oh, okay.
Does the Land Rover comply with the ULEZ? I don't know what the ULEZ is. Sorry, Dixon. I've been a bit distracted of late.
Yeah. Now, is the Land Rover 6 cylinders or 8-cylinder engine?
I don't even fucking know what that means.
I don't know.
Apparently, you tried to steal Karen's bag while she was getting into a car at Island Thrift.
Tried to steal Karen's bag.
Yeah.
Wait,
can you remember the occasion?
I had a bad experience. Someone tried to steal her purse while I was getting into my car. Wow. Yeah, no, I mean, there's some sketchy people there. But it's not that bad. I mean, it's all right. I mean, but the other places but if she lives in Huntington, then or near Huntington, then it's close by. I only go there certain days when they have the 50% off sales. Otherwise, they're charging too much money. But I think a lot of resellers go there.
Ultra low emission zone. Yeah, it's a diesel. Yeah, they're all diesels, aren't they? Freelander 2s. Yeah, they're all diesels.
Come on, you cocksucker. I'm sorry. I hate that when you put your directional on and they don't let you in. I missed the damn light because of these bastards.
But no, I can't imagine they're bringing any emission zone into fucking Wrexham because I just fucking nuke the place if they do.
Good old Wrexham. So you missed Manchester? You were there for a weekend? Well, how long were you there for? A weekend?
Just 2 nights I was there for.
Okay.
And yeah, it's
Manchester.
I lived in a city for a bit. It's not for me.
Which in Manchester you lived?
No, I lived in Liverpool.
Oh, Liverpool. So, but they're very similar. Like if somebody dropped you off in Manchester or Liverpool, you would think you're in the same place, kind of, sort of.
Well, no, they're totally different.
Okay. Well, I'm asking because I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Karen says she's a 5-minute walk to the beach.
What beach? There's no beach on the. There's no beach where she is.
There you go, Karen. Bobby knows where you live more than you do.
They don't. That's not a beach. Well, because they have a few little piles of sand. It's not a beach.
Right. Driver still hasn't picked up me Just Eat. He needs to get on with it. I've just paid £2.50 fucking delivery fee.
Oh my god. So let me ask you a question. How is this guy supposed to make money if it's only £3.50? Then he's got to pay.
It's £2.50. I've gone for KFC.
Oh, this guy gave you $3.50 because you were gonna get McDonald's. So now you went cheaper.
$2.50 with KFC is cheaper.
Yeah, delivery. But the guy gave you $3.50 so you would order McDonald's.
Yeah, but McDonald's was fucking shut, so I've had to go for a KFC.
McDonald's was what?
It was shut. I couldn't order one. It was fucking closed.
Oh, you couldn't. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I forgot the hours. It's late. Okay. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So $2.50. How much is that guy gonna make off that? It's gonna be what? £1 in petrol. And then so what? So he's gonna make £1.50 for the delivery. What the hell's that?
It won't be a fucking pound in petrol from here to KFC.
Half a pound?
It's not far. It's not far away. It'd be about 20p.
20p. Okay. How could it be? You turn your car on.
He's making £2 just from fucking bringing a bag of food to me. He's doing fucking well for himself here.
And then you're gonna leave him a couple of quid.
What do you mean I'm going to leave him a couple of quid?
Come on, man.
Come on, what? I've already paid. I've already paid nearly £10 for a meal. You're not fucking getting anything more from me, Christ.
The Odd Couple. All right, what's Karen saying now? She's at the beach. Well, no, they knew it.
Shuggy is talking about climate change.
Climate change.
People reckon Glasgow. I don't think anyone would notice Shuggy, to be honest. I've been to Glasgow before.
Glasgow. Now, what so tell me quick before you. What's the difference between these cities, like Manchester, Glasgow? Like, I mean, look, you were in New York City. You were in.
The difference is they're in different parts of the country. They have a different cultural identity. They have different landmarks. They have different people living there.
But the buildings.
Well, yeah, obviously there's a difference. You compare Los Angeles to New York, it's totally different, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my point. They're completely different.
If you
Like, if I close your eyes.
if you compared Atlanta to New York, even totally different, isn't it?
Okay, yeah, but if you close somebody's eyes and you were in Chicago, you could close their eye and you would think, okay, maybe they might be in New York. You know,
No,
there's some areas.
I don't think anyone in Chicago has ever thought they're in New York.
No, I'm talking about if you close somebody's eyes and you show they have areas where they have large buildings, big avenues and stuff.
No. New York is a different experience. If I could not be in London, surrounded by skyscrapers, and think I was anywhere else.
No, I know, but like Chicago has some large. They have the Sears Tower. They got, you know.
I don't think this is a problem people suffer with.
But now those towns don't have big buildings. Like you said, Manchester, they don't have tall buildings in Manchester.
Of course they will. Of course they do.
Okay. Because I remember you said something about Scotland, because you were talking about this guy, Derek, what's his name? And you were saying Scotland doesn't have any cities. It's all small towns.
Scotland has cities. It's got a few cities.
He's in Glasgow or Edinburgh?
Neither. I think he's somewhere near Dunfermline. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm. Have you been watching any football or no?
Bobby, I've been in fucking court. I've been preparing for that. I've not watched fuck all.
You've been in what?
I've not been watching anything, no.
Yeah, no, I haven't been watching any American football, English football, European football. I don't even know who's in the Champions League. I didn't even look at the. Oh, actually, I'm lying. I looked once at the scores just for shits and giggles. I was just curious what's going on with the Champions League. And then I saw this team. Did you see that one team called Sheriff? Did you see that?
I thought Sheriff was an Egyptian team.
Well, this team was. So you know what I'm talking about. They beat Real Madrid. They were like 17-1 underdogs. It was like the biggest upset in European football history. It was like insane. I couldn't believe it when I'm looking at the score. They won like 3-1. They beat Real Madrid. I was like, oh my god.
What was I going to say? The thing that shocked me most was the Bayern Munich relegation.
Who did no Bayern Munich relegation? Get the hell out of here. Look, I haven't been watching, but that's all it.
Have you not heard about the
Bayern Munich relegation?
Have you not heard that Bayern Munich have fallen foul of the financial fair play rules in Europe?
Come on.
They got relegated.
That didn't happen. What, like the Rangers? Remember the Rangers did in Glasgow?
Exactly the same.
They went. Remember, they had to go down
Surely I thought you were a Bayern Munich fan.
I haven't been watching. You're full of shit. I haven't been watching, but they didn't. That didn't happen.
Oh, I'm sorry to break the news to you.
My friend would have committed suicide if that happened. Because you know what happened?
The same thing
I
happens to Chelsea as well.
I only used to watch. The only time I used to watch football, European football, whatever, was with my friend who was from Germany, and we used to go to this one Irish bar because he wanted to hang out. He used to like this Irish broad, so we would go to this one Irish bar so he could talk to this girl, and then we would watch the games over there. But she was a nice girl, but I don't know. But then we stopped. Then there was the whole Corona and blah blah blah, and then bars closed and then reopened. But then it kind of, and then to watch games, it kind of sucks. But that when you're watching a game and then there was games with no fans, and then it's like I don't know how you can watch a game with no fans. It's like watching an exhibition, you know.
Well, I don't know, but Bayern Munich are going to have to get used to that now that they're in the Secunda division.
Come on. They're going to have to take a little nap. My head is killing me. I didn't even go to that other thrift store, that Savers. I think we had that conversation. You guys don't have Savers over there. You have other shit. You should open up your own charity shop.
Fucking need to. What are the rules on keeping the proceeds to myself?
Well, let me explain how Savers works, okay? And this is actually how Savers gets around it. What they do is they obviously the rules are, you know, different every country, but I'm sure the rules are similar. And you know, we always have the same shit you guys have. Anyway, Savers, what they do is they're not a charity. So what they do is they buy from charities. So like different organizations that like, you know, Cancer Research of America, of whatever, UK, whoever it is, they collect donations from people. They usually have trucks or vans that go around and collect the donations. Then like this place Savers, the one I was just gonna go to, they have these large. You know like those scales. You ever see like a weigh station for like a truck?
Yeah.
So that's what they do is, so when the van shows up, they take all the stuff out and then they put them on these carts, and then they put the cart over their little weigh station, and then they pay them 25 cents a pound. So which would be what, I guess, like, I don't know, you know, you can figure that, you can do the math yourself. But they pay 25 cents a pound for mixed merchandise, you know, for clothing, household goods. So this way, they're not the charity. They're giving the money to the charity, but they're paying only, like I said, they're only paying 25 cents a pound, which would be like what? Like, I don't know. You got to figure that out. A pound would be like 2 kilos. So 25 cents, 25 pence for half a kilo. So probably around $1. Probably around 1 pound a kilo. 1 pound for a kilo of mixed merchandise. Something like that. All right. It's been real. I got to go in. I got to take my nap and then get back to work. Cheers.
Back to work. Okay. Good to catch up with you, Bobby. Take care. Bobby's gone. Welcome to Drinking with Andrew, folks. We are awaiting the arrival of my KFC, kindly paid for by the chat. The driver is still at the restaurant. My KFC is not going to be here on time. There should be a fucking thing on Just Eat where you get like a fucking rebate if your fucking takeaway is late. That fucking Chinese I had that was like an hour and a half late. I should have got my money back on that. But when I complained to Just Eat, they didn't even fucking reply to me. Bastards. Anyway, we will wait for the KFC to arrive. We will eat it. Look, is it? Oh, we've got a guest in the chat. All the way from Canada.
Hey Andrew, how's it going?
I'm all right. How are you? First question: how much have you listed this week?
Well, I actually managed to get 10 listings up, which are live right now, so I know it's not
Excellent.
great, but it's a start.
No, I am very happy with that.
So
That
am
is,
I. Yeah. Yeah, the thing was, I would have got more up too, because I thought I had some, a lot more sealed media around the place, but I've been looking the last couple of days, and most of it's, bloody used stuff, which means like it's going to take longer to check it out and make sure it's, saleable. So, yeah. But
surely check.
I did get this
But
process
surely,
started finally, thank God.
how do you how do you check stuff out then? Because like I just like with a piece of media, I just look if it's got any scratches on it, I won't bother listing it. If it hasn't, I'll list it.
I'll generally go for the stuff that looks like it's basically mint, like in excellent, perfect condition, and that I will list first because generally there's not going to be any issues with that, right? It's generally 99% chance it's going to play fine. And then stuff that is scratched, well, generally I'll just put it on, I'll just clean it up a bit, put it on my little portable CD player I've got in my living room while I'm working at my table sorting through stuff, and I'll just play it in the background and just listen to it. And if it plays through, then I'll list it. Because I always like to have music on in the background when I'm working on sorting through the death piles and stuff, right? So, and it depends how valuable it is too. I mean, because I've got some used CDs that don't look great, but they do play. I've got one CD by David Bowie's old guitarist Mick Ronson that I think is going for probably over $100 that I've got to get listed. But it's in kind of rough shape, so I've got to make sure I describe it very carefully, so I don't want to get the buyer's expectations too high. But it does play, so.
Do you not have a place that does disc cleaning?
I haven't been able to find one locally. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check again. Maybe there's, some that have opened up in the last year, but I remember checking like a year and a half ago, and I couldn't see any listed, you know, on the internet here, so I don't know. I should invest in a disc cleaning machine, I guess one of these days would probably be worthwhile. Trouble is to get a good one, you're looking.
Normally, if you've got anywhere that sells second-hand computer games, they've normally got a disc cleaning machine.
Oh, okay. Right. I think we have a computer game shop in the local mall. I'm not sure if they do secondhand, but yeah, I'll have to give them a call and ask them then if they do resurfacing, because if they could polish the discs up, yeah, that would make it a lot quicker.
But yeah, there you go. I am delighted to hear that you have listed some items, though.
Yeah, so am I. I'm relieved. It's just like I've just got to get started on this process again. It's been so bloody long. Once I got going, though, it was actually pretty simple, even with the changes that eBay's been through in the last year or so. It was actually fairly straightforward to get all the item
You must feel
specifics
better
figured
for
out.
doing. You must feel better for doing it as well.
Oh, I feel a lot better. Oh, it's a relief, yeah. Because I've got
Yes,
so
I can
much
no
stuff
longer
to
take.
list.
Of course, I expect to hear next week you've done 100.
Well, I still got a couple days ahead of me this weekend, so hopefully I can get some more listed this weekend for sure. And yeah, see how it goes. So, what have you been up to the last week there, Andrew?
I've been in court. Good boy.
Okay, that sounds interesting. What happened?
I was allegedly drink driving. However, the court dismissed the case.
That's good.
So yeah,
Well, how the heck did you get accused of that? Like, there must have been some kind of circumstance. Somebody must have
a
said
lot of
something.
yeah. There wasn't any evidence. It was
Oh,
not.
okay.
It was not. It should have been dismissed a long time ago, but
Hmm.
for various reasons,
Yeah.
it
Well, that
wasn't.
that is the one good thing about the so-called justice system in a democracy. Generally, they do have to have some kind of evidence before they can actually convict you of something. Thank goodness.
So yeah, but it cost me £5,000 to defend myself.
Oh, Jesus.
It's been several months of stress, anxiety, and illness. So
Yeah, I'd say yeah, £5,000 would be like about 8,000 Canadian dollars. Oh, that's painful.
So yeah, not a pleasant experience, but
Well, at least you got found innocent. That's the main thing, I guess. But geez, that
yeah.
sucks having to spend all that money.
Well,
That sucks.
technically, we didn't even get to that stage because it was dismissed within 5 minutes of the trial starting. So
Really? So you were
it's
just like paying
just
all that money for lawyers' fees or something, I assume?
yeah,
Legal advice? Yeah, jeez. Wow.
yeah, they're not cheap.
No,
So
lawyers are
they're not.
not cheap. Luckily, I've never really had to use one, but I have sought advice from them once or twice over the years, and they'll give you a free consultation, and then they give you what your prices would be if you want to proceed, and it's like, okay. Thankfully, I probably don't need to in this case, but yeah, they're not cheap.
But yeah, all over. Good boy. Victory achieved. I'm a free man.
Yeah, well, that's what explains the stream title. Then I was wondering. Yeah, Shuggy Mac is saying there are people wrongly convicted in the UK court system. Yeah, sadly, it does happen over in North America here too. I don't know if it happens as much in Canada, but I know in the US there's some pretty notorious cases of innocent people. Though we have had a few people that did long-term jail sentences for decades that were actually found to be innocent later on. So yeah, it's not a perfect system.
Not to say anything libelous or defamatory. It has given me an interesting insight into the legal system and the flaws within, and how easy it is to wrongfully convict somebody.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
I've certainly lost some faith in the system. After
yeah,
going through this experience.
yeah. I had a few experiences when I was a teenager with some local police that, let's say, they weren't the best, most honest cops on the force, and I mean, there was nothing really came out of it, but yeah, there's some bad apples in the system for sure. And yeah, it's just like, it's all too easy. Like, there's a famous case here in Canada. I think his name was David Milgard. He was wrongly convicted, I think, of like a sexual, offense, like a rape or something. And I think it was, probably a murder involved as well. And he ended up spending, I think it was 20 or 30 years in prison here for that offense. And then when the DNA testing started to become a thing, a number of years ago, they actually tested the DNA and they found out that it couldn't have been him, that he was actually innocent of the crime. And I think eventually they did track down the actually guilty party. So it was quite a notorious case here. So yeah, I mean, there can be some horrible, miscarriages of justice for sure.
You can be walking around perfectly innocent, not having done anything, and then you're in fucking court. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah. So what I have learned from the experience is I need to have a shitload of money in savings just in case something happens.
Yeah, it never hurts to have a shitload of money for any occasion, I guess. Does it? Yeah, that's one reason I finally got eBay going again, because I've definitely got to get some more cash coming in.
So yeah, that was my week.
Eh?
That was my week.
That was your week. Yeah, it doesn't sound like too much fun for sure. So you had any good sales? Any good sales this week, Andrew?
Well, theoretically, I mean, I've sold something for 120 quid today, but they've not paid yet. So.
Yeah, I hate that when they don't pay.
So
you don't put immediate payment required on.
It was on an offer, so it doesn't make any difference.
Okay. Yeah, that's different then. Yeah.
Oh, we've lost it. Our viewing numbers have gone down. I think some police go mad with power and like to throw their weight round. I'm not making any comments publicly because
Yeah, I'm not going to go into details about my past, but I mean, I didn't do anything that actually ever got convicted of. It was all bullshit, but there are some bad apples in the police force for sure. I mean, I respect most police. I think most police probably are trying to do a good, honest job and keep the community a safe place to live in, but there are the occasional ones that do make the headlines in the media for doing some stuff they shouldn't have done.
I was genuinely shocked by some of the stuff that I encountered anyway. But
yeah, That's unfortunate. Yeah, it's too bad you had to go through all that crap, Andrew.
But hey ho, it's done. It's left its mark. But
You know,
we'll
as long
move
as
on.
you survived, got through it okay, that's the main thing, right?
Yeah, my credit card hasn't survived, but
Oh yeah, yikes! That is a lot of money. Oh
there
boy.
is an application going in next week for recovery of my expenses. So
Oh, so maybe you can get some money, some funds back then.
yeah, I should get a good percentage of it back. I won't get it all back.
Yeah, but still, if you can get most of it back, that'd make a big
Which is
difference.
that's just another thing. It's ridiculous because if they dropped the case a long time ago, then it would have saved the public purse a lot of money. But
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. If they dropped the case, why would they keep, racking up the cost? That's
yeah,
seems a bit strange.
you need to clean your screen, Shuggy, if I'm a bit blurry because it's perfect here.
Yeah, the screen looks fine here on StreamYard.
Give your screen a rub. You've probably been fucking masturbating in front of the computer again, Shuggy.
Oh man.
You've got the fucking Vaseline on the screen again.
Oh boy. So what else is new over there in the UK? Anything interesting going on?
Just people getting murdered and whatever.
Oh yeah, that sounds like fun. Actually, we had a murder here in Cologne, I think it was about a month ago. They found some woman that had been murdered.
For wrongful arrest. Sarah, I never want to go to court again. I never ever want to go through that experience. There is absolutely no way I'm going through fucking suing anyone or anything like that. Just no. It's horrendous. Yeah, we had a politician, I guess you could say assassinated, really, PvP.
Really?
Because that's what it is, isn't it, really, when a politician gets killed? Killed by a terrorist.
Jesus, that was recent then, was it?
Last Friday.
Holy crap. I haven't listened to the news in months, so I'm kind of out of the loop as far as these things go. I imagine that would have even made the news over here in Canada, actually.
There we go. She's popped up. Future wife Lauren has come in. She's not very happy at the moment with me.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I've upset her, but she won't tell me why. So fucking standard, really.
Lauren's very attractive, that's for sure. Hi, Lauren.
I'm back. Yes, Neil, you have missed me big announcement, I'm afraid. You have to watch back for it.
Hi, Neil.
Me and a future wife, Ellen's in here. Ellen, we can go fucking sourcing now, can't we? This has occurred to me now. There are no restrictions on my movements. We need to plan out. Ellen is not too far away from me. She is in a town called, she's in Telford, which is just the next county over to mine.
Hi, Richard.
Richard is gone.
So all the restrictions on movement have ended over there then, have they, Andrew?
Yeah, my restriction was basically having no fucking money because I was paying for legal fees.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
That was my KFC's on its way.
Oh, there you go.
Yes,
so how long have you been waiting for the KFC to arrive?
Oh, don't know. I've just got to nip to the toilet.
Okay.
Just grab your eamies.
Okay, well, I guess it's just me, chat. Anybody want to ask any questions? Fire away, folks. Let's chat while Andrew's busy relieving himself in the bathroom there. Any questions? It's been miserable weather here in Canada today. It was just pouring rain down when I went out to get groceries earlier. Absolutely appalling. We've had actually really crappy weather the last week or so. We've had like 3 days of rain. Not fun. I didn't know Andrew had an announcement. He was just talking about his legal problems, but I don't know about Andrew making an announcement. I haven't been on the stream long enough to have heard anything about that, I guess. I just came on maybe, about 23 minutes ago? Yeah, Shaggy Mac, I need to apply for that. We have a capacity to get into public events and stuff that I haven't got around to applying for yet. I really should probably get on the phone or internet and apply for the card and get it sent to me soon, because not that I'm going to be going out to any public events probably in the near future, but they are starting to open up things like sporting events and concerts here big time, like next week, I think, sometime. So, yeah, I hope to go to a concert sometime in the next 6 months or so. Would be nice, because I haven't been to one. Last concert I went to was Billy Idol with my cousin, and that was over 5 years ago now, so that's been a long time. TD, what items do I manage to list? Nothing too spectacular, just mostly just rock and roll CDs. And I think I listed one DVD of Cirque du Soleil or whatever, the French, the Quebec, troupe that does their shows all around the world. No, we do not have corporal punishment in Canada, Sarah. We got rid of the death penalty. I think it was back in the 60s or 70s, actually, when the last person was executed here, which I think is a good thing, because I've never believed in the death penalty. Because, as I mentioned before, David Milgaard was imprisoned unjustly for 20, 30 years for a crime he never committed, and if there'd been the death penalty, he would have been put to death, which would have been a real injustice, of course. So, yeah, I don't believe in the death penalty. I mean, I know there's some people that think it's a good thing, but I just don't agree with it. Basically, anybody, though, that commits any kind of murder here in Canada is going to be in prison for at least 20 years. So they're going to have a lot of time to think about what they did, and they're not going to have a good life. So
I think my takeaway is here.
Excellent. It sounds like Barty's barking at something. Usually he acts up more than that when the delivery person arrives. Yeah, I guess Billy Idol was born in the U.S., wasn't he? Which is kind of a bizarre fact. I can't remember exactly what part of the U.S. he was born in. He must have immigrated to England when he was very young, though, because he's definitely got a British accent. Doesn't sound American to me anyway, I don't know. I have no idea who Jesse Drake is. So I wouldn't know if I did bump into them. Well, I could tell you all kinds of things about Canada, Sarah. Ask me questions. I'm out in British Columbia on the west coast here. Well, not on the coast exactly. I'm probably about 5.5 hours inland from the coast. But yeah, ask me questions. I'll give you some answers if I can. I don't know much about all of Canada, because The only places I've been to outside of BC have been Alberta and Ontario. So I have a little bit of knowledge about those places, but it's such a big country, though. It's not like, it's not like you just go out and explore it in an afternoon, right? No, I've never been to Nova Scotia. I hear it's really beautiful there. I mean, obviously they get a lot of tourism, especially in the summer months, I would guess. But yeah, I've never been to Nova Scotia. If you want to see, big mountains and real forests and, real wilderness, though, British Columbia is the place to come to. We've got probably the best scenery in the country, really. Because Alberta is fairly flat. They've got the foothills of the Rocky Mountains, but a lot of it is, kind of into prairies. And Ontario does have mountains, but they're a lot smaller than the mountains we have out here. So a lot of Ontario is fairly flat, too. So, how's the takeaway there?
Good.
Excellent.
Good, I'm happy.
Excellent.
I'm just going to eat this for a bit.
You got some fries.
And a burger.
Excellent. So KFC has burgers. Jeez, I haven't eaten there in so long. I didn't even realize they had burgers. I thought it was all chicken there still.
They may not have burgers in your KFC. I don't know. The menus are different.
I haven't been to a KFC in ages, so I have no idea what the hell they're selling these days.
Yeah. Chicken burgers, of course, but yeah, good chicken burgers.
Oh, chicken burgers. Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, we probably have those here, I would imagine. Anything with chicken in it, they probably got. So, any good sourcing finds lately? You been out sourcing at all?
No real money for it, to be honest.
Yeah, it sounds like me.
Not with the expenses I've been incurring.
Yeah, it sounds like me. Since I got my hours cut, my paycheck, my next paycheck next week is definitely going to be smaller. So I still got some money in the bank, but not enough to go out and spend it on anything non-essential. It sounds like Barty's are getting really worked up now.
He's barking at delivery drivers.
Sarah wants to know, do we get below freezing winters in my area of Canada? Sometimes we get down to minus 20 Celsius here on some really cold days, which is not fun. But actually, we don't get too many below 0 days anymore in BC. The climate has really moderated a lot in the last 20 years or so. And yeah, it's generally, we hover probably around, say, 10 degrees Celsius a lot of days, which is actually not that bad, really. So, and I mean, we used to get tons of snow when I was a kid, and now we probably get maybe a week and a half of snow during the whole winter, so it's really not that bad. Not like a lot of parts of Canada. If you were out in Saskatchewan or something, or if you were in like Newfoundland, you'd probably have like 12 feet of snow around your house. They get a lot of snow in some areas, but we're lucky we don't get much.
I remember David Bentley. He was a right winger.
He was a politician, I assume? Oh,
no, he was a footballer.
Oh, footballer. Okay, I'm seeing that Neil's comment now. Okay, well, I know nothing about UK football, so.
Has anyone told Neil why I'm a free man yet? Or should we keep winding him up? The reason I'm a free man, Neil, is because I don't cost a lot to buy. Nothing to do with my court appearance yesterday. Right. We're going to have to play Kiss, Kill and Marry.
How are you going to do that with only two of us?
Wow. Do you want to kiss, kill, or marry me?
Oh, jeez. I'd have to go with kill because I'm just not, gay.
I am deeply wounded. I was going to go with kiss you.
Oh, well. I'm sorry, Andrew. I just have to be honest.
Unbelievable.
You need more people for this game, though. Come on.
I remember the days when Zane used to be. I used to make money with Shepper. Resell. So I used to be on their books when they first started out. They've developed a lot since. They're good company. I remember when Zane used to be nice to me. I miss those days.
Zane hasn't been on in ages. It's got to be a couple months since he popped on here.
Probably only a couple of weeks.
Really? Oh, I must have missed that one. That's probably one of the days I had to work or something.
You were talking to him.
Was I? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Was it only a couple of weeks? Wow.
Yeah, not long ago.
Okay, my sense of time is way off lately. Yeah, it's been a while since some people have been on here, though. Just haven't seen Phil in a while.
Yeah, he's dead now, unfortunately.
And Al hasn't been on. It's been a little while since Al was on.
He's also dead.
Hmm. Mm.
McDonald's really need to look at their delivery charges. I can get a chicken burger from KFC, which is much better than the McDonald's one, for the same price. Because of the extortionate prices that McDonald's charge for delivery.
Really? The delivery charges are high there?
Madness.
Huh. Yeah, I guess that's part of the equation when you're going to order takeout. You always got to consider those extra charges they might tack onto things.
And this is more chance for involving extra chicken. Actual chicken, unlike McDonald's wrap burgers.
Yeah, I would think KFC's probably got higher quality chicken, since that's their main food that they serve, right? So.
Plus, the chicken for KFC comes from Wrexham. So I am promoting sustainability.
Okay, you got local chicken then. Okay, that's good. Neil's still wondering why you were in court, Andrew. I just noticed in the chat. Maybe you'd want to tell the story again.
Yeah, I've been a 15 fucking time. I was accused of drink driving, Neil, despite having not committed that offence. Despite my innocence, the police insisted that I was guilty and convinced the CPS to take me through to court, and then failed to supply the CPS with evidence with which to convict me. So I was obviously found, because the fucking evidence didn't exist, so I was therefore found not guilty. Well, the case was dismissed more appropriately. We didn't go the full way for me to be found not guilty. We'll be up all night. Oh, we passed out. Don't worry, Shuggy. We're too drunk. Right. I shall enjoy my last can of cider now.
Oh, you're down to your last can? Wow.
Yeah, I want to watch a bit of Star Trek before I go to bed.
Oh, yeah. What you going to watch?
I've been watching, well, rewatching, I should say, Star Trek Discovery.
Oh, yeah.
So, what am I on now? Just coming to the end of the second season now. So I'm invested.
Okay.
Got by the police on a Saturday morning after Friday night. No, I was not. It was not after filming a drink with Andrew. It was on the first night, Friday night after lockdown. I didn't do a drink with Andrew, went out to the pub instead. Had a few drinks. We'll never know if I was over the limits or not, but immaterial because I didn't commit the crime I was accused of.
That is the problem now, though. Like here in Canada, the tolerance level is so low. Like, you wouldn't dare have more than a drink or two and drive because it's like such a low percentage in the breathalyzers. It's ridiculous, really.
I won't do anything. I don't speed. I don't do anything. You know, I'm not one to bring on unnecessary trouble. So
yeah, the only way I'd go to a pub is if I was going to go to a pub with friends and have more than a drink or two. I'd just take a cab. You know, I wouldn't even chance it because the levels of, you know, the alcohol percentage levels in breathalyzers here is just like, I think it's like 0.08. And I think even if it's lower than that, they can still, you know, cause you trouble. So it wouldn't take much.
Yeah, especially with your inability to drink alcohol, you'd be fucked after just smelling it.
Yeah. Anyway, since you're in your last can, I'm going to run and get one more drink before the end of the stream, because I imagine you're not going to be on a great deal longer once you finish your can.
No. Anyway, you're still watching. Come say hello if you're still watching. We can interact with each other. Always better to call Saul. The first lawyer I had, their advice was, "Oh, you'll have to plead guilty." I was like, "Well, why would I plead guilty to something that I am innocent of?" Gee, needless to say, they got sacked off pretty quickly. I did not get on with the first lawyer I had at all. It just, I don't know, they just did not seem to take to me as a person, which is awful. I don't think they'll let you sing "A Million Green Bottles on a Wall," unfortunately. But is John even watching fucking live? Somebody tell John he's not watching live, for fuck's sake. He's made a comment about something that happened about 20 fucking minutes ago. Did you fail a breathalyzer test? Yeah, I did, but I wasn't driving, so it doesn't matter, does it? And then I did not fail any subsequent tests anyway, so it was immaterial.
Back again. Yeah, John, at YLM, I'll have to check into it. There's got to be a game store or maybe a pawn shop or something that offers.
He's not watching live. We had that conversation some time ago. So
I just see it in the chat here.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is he's made that comment, but he's not watching live because he's commenting on a conversation we had some time ago. So he's obviously behind on the live stream.
Yeah, that was quite a while ago when I first came on, like about 45 minutes ago, isn't it now?
So you answered his comment. He's not going to hear your answer.
Oh, well.
And interact because he's way behind. Somebody needs to tell him he's not watching live.
Yeah, possibly, yeah. Okay. Oh, well. No biggie. But yeah, I definitely need to check in if there's any local. There must be a local place that does disc resurfacing somewhere, I would think. Trouble is, a lot of the discs I've got, I don't know how much they charge to polish a disc, but a lot of the CDs I've got probably aren't worth really getting that done, right? So it'd have to be a CD that was worth, a decent amount of money to go to the expense, because I imagine they're going to charge you a little fee to do that. No one wants to know if you failed a breathalyzer test, Andrew.
We've had that conversation.
Okay, I missed it. So I guess, is Richard going live tomorrow at 11:30 here, my time? 7:30 your time, whatever? I think I noticed something in my notifications. No, actually, John at YLM says he's still listening. Excellent. Well, there you go.
Listening in background while clearing discs.
I guess the big October charity thing's going on next weekend, isn't it? I've forgotten all about that. Yeah, I'll definitely have to tune into that.
Yes, we'll have a Drinking with Andrew special for that. You'll be pleased to hear I've agreed what's happening with Nick. Let me just check what it was. Your name was involved, so you better make sure you're here for it.
I'll definitely probably pop in for sure. Should be able to. That's on Saturday next week, right?
No, the Drinking with Andrew on Friday night is part of it.
Okay, so it all starts on Friday. Okay, I should be able to make it. As far as I know, I should have Friday off.
So the plan is to take donations to hurl abuse at the panel. So he's hoping that you, me, and Crellin will be live, so people can donate to hurl abuse at us. So there you go.
Well, I've had plenty of abuse in my life, so I can take some more. Doesn't bother me.
And I've no doubt that nobody will want to abuse me anyway, so I should be.
I guess I'm old enough to have grown a thick enough skin where I just don't care about what people say anymore. So abuse away, folks. I'd be very open to some good abuse from the right lady too, of course.
Jesus Christ! Right, okay.
Sorry, I just couldn't resist making a bad joke.
Ellen is already planning how she's going to abuse me.
Uh-oh.
I can tell it.
I hope
it starts on Tuesday on Laney's channel with a Spanish bin special.
Oh, this is good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I haven't thought about the end of the month Halloween stream, but yeah, that'll be fun.
Unfortunately, I'm going to miss the Saturday's events. listening live or multitasking. He's just coming up with the fucking excuses now. He's just realised he wasn't watching it fucking live, and he's come to watch it live now, John. He's not falling for this. So Shuggy has said, if you're able to get arrested by the detective of your choice, who would you pick? And then he's picked somebody who aren't detectives. Well done, Shuggy. Charlie's Angels, definitely not fucking detectives. I mean, you could have gone with at least, fucking Scully working for the FBI and is close, but fucking Charlie's Angels, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I guess Scully would qualify as a detective of some sort. Her and Mulder did do a lot of investigating after all, so.
Right, they work for the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
Actually, I saw the FBI building, that actual FBI building, when I was in Washington, D.C. one time. Walked right by it. It was pretty cool. Same building they showed in the TV series. Actually, they filmed the first 5 seasons of X-Files here in BC, down in Vancouver. I was going to art school then, and I would actually see that they'd have the large trucks out in the street with all the big cables running all over the place, and they actually filmed episodes down by the Vancouver Art Gallery sometimes. But I never got lucky enough to see the stars, of course. Somehow they were never around when I walked by, but oh well. It was still cool. Yeah, I liked X-Files. The early seasons, I thought it was really good. I think after about season 6, though, it started to kind of lose its momentum a little bit. But first 5 or 6 seasons were really good.
That's another series I started rewatching, but yeah.
I haven't watched X-Files in ages. I can't even remember much of it, really. Other than I enjoyed it back in the day. So what other shows have you been watching lately?
Again, legal
Discovery.
Not really had time to watch anything. No.
Yeah, I just don't get around to watching shows much. If I do watch something, I'll usually end up watching it online. They got some old, I forget the name of the website. They got some old original series Star Treks on there. I'll throw something like Doomsday Machine or Mirror Mirror on once in a while.
I have been watching a series on Pornhub called Call Me Daddy.
Okay.
I never quite get to the end of the episode, though.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. It's probably a common experience for a lot of guys, actually, not to make it to the end of the episode. Oh, God. So, let me guess. Call Me Daddy. I'm guessing it's not like that 50s show, Father Knows Best. Probably not similar at all.
I've not seen the show, so I couldn't possibly comment.
Well, those 50 shows are pretty wholesome, so being on Pornhub, I imagine it's nothing like that.
I don't know, it's a Canadian company, could be wholesome.
Well, we are a sometimes wholesome people. Though we do have long winters, so that's probably one reason Pornhub was invented.
Yeah, they take down all the decent porn anyway.
Yeah, there's a lot of really crappy porn these days, actually. A lot of it is just kind of boring.
Well, anything controversial they'll take down because the payment providers don't like it, so
Oh, yeah.
they have to walk a fine line.
Zane is asking, has anyone watched the new Bond 007 movie? I have not got to see it yet because I don't believe it's out until November here in Canada, so definitely going to see it in the theater, though. I'm really looking forward to it. I know Daniel Craig is controversial. Some people just seem to hate him for some reason, but I always thought he was a really great Bond, actually, so I'm really looking forward to it. And the trailers look awesome. The action scenes look just incredible. So got to see it in a big screen.
He's a local lad. I see his brother every so often.
Really?
Brother works in Wrexham. Yeah.
What part of is Craig from Wales or?
No, he's from over the border in Chester.
Chester, okay.
Which is about 15. He's about 15, 16 miles away from me.
Wow, that's really cool.
But his brother works in the town.
Cool.
And
That's really awesome.
His brother lives in the other county because Wrexham is sandwiched between two English counties. Brother lives in Shropshire, just south of Wrexham. He's about 15 miles the other way. I chat to him occasionally.
That's really cool.
Mate, mostly I'm like, why the fuck don't you just get your brother to like fucking pay for your life, basically? You know.
Yeah, I would imagine Daniel Craig's got a few million tucked away somewhere by now, eh?
Yeah. So I'm like, I said to him, saving a pub, I said, I have a fucking brother like yours. I mean, obviously, you know, unfortunately, you've not inherited his looks, but you can't have that.
So he's not as ruggedly handsome as Daniel is.
He's not unattractive, but he's got fucking long hair like a girl. So you know,
yeah,
it doesn't suit him. I have told him.
Yeah, long hair is not really the big fashion anymore, is it?
I'm not. I often accuse him of looking like a big girl. But yeah, he has been known to frequent the Wrexham Wetherspoons, and I'm like, look, next time you see your brother, tell him to hook me up with Angelina Jolie, because he worked with Angelina Jolie on the Tomb Raider. It's so far apparently they're no longer in contact, so it's not happening for me.
Oh well. Isn't Jolie attached to somebody else anyway? Isn't she married or something?
That literally does not stop me in any way, shape, or form.
So are there any other movies besides Bond coming out in the next month or two that anybody's looking forward to?
Well, there's the new Matrix film, isn't there?
Yeah, I guess people are saying the trailers look pretty good for it. A lot of people are kind of wondering why they're doing a remake, though, but because the sequels to the original Matrix weren't that good, were they? I think a lot of fans were pretty disappointed by the second film or whatever.
I rewatched them recently. They weren't bad. I think the problem was, the bar was set so high by the first film that they had an impossible task to.
Yeah, that's always the danger. The danger with sequels. Usually, the sequels are not as good as the original film. I
mean, ultimately, the best sequel in the world was The Empire Strikes Back.
That I will agree with 100%. You and I agree 100% on that, Andrew. Empire is definitely the best film of the Star Wars franchise. Way ahead of... I mean, the first film was great. The original Star Wars was great. Because, I remember seeing it in 1977 in a theater when it came out with my cousin, right? And nobody knew what Star Wars was back then. We didn't have a clue. So we go in, and the opening scene with, the Star Destroyer or whatever chasing the rebel ship down to the planet. It's like, oh my God. Like the special effects in 1977 were just mind-boggling, right? Especially on a giant, like 50-foot wide theater screen. It was like, the whole audience was just like, wow. They were just into it right from the first couple of minutes. It was great. But Empire actually managed to top it as far as the story went, I think. Empire was a great film. I do agree.
Just the storyline. It's just, the twists and the turns. Just fantastic.
Well, the thing is, they built on the first film, right? You got to know the characters more, and you got to figure out the relationships that they had with one another weren't what they seemed to be in the first film. And, of course, the whole reveal with Darth Vader's statement towards the end of the film after his battle with Luke. And I won't give any spoilers.
No spoilers. I mean, the film.
I will never give. No, I don't do that. But It was
The
just
film's only from 1980.
just a great moment.
Somebody might not have watched it.
No, I won't give any spoilers, but it was just a classic moment in cinema for sure.
No, yeah, no.
Oh, looks like Stu's heading out.
Some, yeah, he's long gone now. Some other good sequels. Back to the Future 2. I thought it was a good sequel.
Have not seen that one.
You've not seen Back to the Future?
No, there's all kinds of films I haven't seen, sad to say.
You need to watch Back to the Future. It's a great film.
I know, and it's starring, what's his name? Canadian boy. God, I can't remember his name now. Who was the star in Back to the Future? I know he's from Canada.
Fox.
Michael J. Fox, yes, that's it. Yeah, amazingly, there's a lot of so-called American actors in the States working that are actually Canadians. I don't think a lot of people realize that fact. But it's where a lot of talent heads. Eh?
The original June had Patrick Stewart. The original June was a good film. Enjoyed that. That's what remaking is a new June film. I'm trying to think what other good sequels have come out. It's difficult. A lot of sequels.
I've never been a fan of sequels and remakes, quite frankly. I think a lot of them often are inferior to the original film. Because, I mean, if the original film...
Terminator 2.
Eh?
Terminator 2, brilliant sequel. I would say... I would say that in terms of how much better than the first film a sequel was, Terminator 2 is probably a better sequel than Empire was. In terms of the first Terminator film, just looked absolutely shit when Terminator 2 came out.
Terminator 2, yeah.
Terminator film was a good film, but Terminator 2 just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, I agree 100% with that too. Yeah, Terminator, the first Terminator was really good in that it introduced the whole concept and the storyline and the characters, of course, but obviously the budget on T2 was like much, much bigger. And the special effects and everything were much, much better. I mean, geez, how about that bike chase sequence? Right? And that is just an incredible sequence. Yeah, T2 is an awesome film. That's one of the great action films, really.
Aliens was a good sequel, but I wouldn't say that it was necessarily better than the first film. Because the first film was just a great film, but it wasn't a bad sequel. It was a good film.
I'd say they're both good films, really.
Yeah. I think that it was different to the first film, though. It was quite different. You wouldn't necessarily have put them together.
Well, Aliens was more of an action film for me.
Yeah.
It was all about the action and the suspense, whereas the original Alien was kind of like a slow burn of horror. It was more of a horror film, whereas the second film was more of an action movie, really. At least that's what I felt when I saw it.
I would agree with that. I think that's right. But yeah, I'm struggling with anything else, really.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of sequels. I really don't think about them very much. I mean, there's some, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, for instance. I mean, the first film...
No, Zane, you need to watch the film. She's not Bond. You need to watch the film, Zane, I would say.
Yeah, I think the early buzz on the new Bond film was that it was going to be really woke, and it was, they were going to disrespect, Bond and make him into a female character, and I think they got so much.
If you watch the film and you see it, you realise it's not like the case of that at all, and she actually fits into it quite well.
I think because of the pandemic, they had so much time to do reshoots. I think they got such a negative backlash over the internet in the last year because there was a lot of negative stuff about it on YouTube here.
I don't think they changed that much, to be honest. I think she did the role she was always there to do.
I don't know. I mean, who will know? Time will tell. We'll probably hear details over the next year or two, but I
they've
do
already.
think they probably did reshoots and toned it down and made Craig's
I think.
Bond
I
more
think.
heroic.
I think if you watch it, you'll understand what I'm saying. In that they would have had to basically have redone the entire film, is what I'm saying.
Oh, so she's quite integral to the plot line. Then it sounds like okay.
So yeah, no, they've not done that. How she fits into it and what she does. If you watch it, I'm sure anyone who's watched it will agree. She's like, she's not trying to. It's not a new fucking James Bond or the wild rumors that were coming out on the internet.
Okay.
They're all just bollocks,
Yeah.
basically.
Well, it just goes to show you how much misinformation can be on here.
Well, people had nothing
Definitely.
better to do, did they? That's the thing.
Well, there's a lot of bullshit on the internet and a lot of bullshit on YouTube. I've always realized that. So I take everything I hear with a grain of salt. And I mean, the only way I'm going to know about something is when I see it for myself and I make up my own mind. So,
Exactly.
I mean, other people's opinions might be entertaining and interesting, but, I still like to, experience, the film for myself and make up my own mind. So
And of course,
it looks
they're
like
not
a
bad.
good film, though. I gotta say, I've liked all.
It is a good
I've
film.
liked all of Craig's films, though. I mean, even Quantum of Solace, which is considered probably the weakest of the series, I still thought was a damn good film with some really great action scenes. So, I mean, I haven't been disappointed by any of them, really. I've enjoyed them all. So, I think Craig is a great Bond, too. I mean, I obviously Sean Connery is, awesome, the template, the original actor, and I'm one of these weird people that really enjoyed George Lazenby's performance in On Her Majesty's Secret Service. I think that's really a great film. But I think Craig is arguably just as good as Connery.
Of course, there was only one James Bond, which was the Welsh legend Timothy Dalton.
I just never got into the Dalton movies. He did what, 2? He did only 2?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just couldn't.
Two great
I just
films.
could not warm up to Dalton's performance. It just didn't do it for me.
That's amazing. Fantastic Welsh actor.
Well,
what a
I don't
man.
know.
He was the
my
first. He was the thing for me is he was the first Bond I saw as well. So
Oh, well, that makes a difference.
It was my introduction to the franchise.
That makes a difference, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, closely followed by Roger Moore, who was then being shown on the TV quite a lot. But yeah, Dalton was the first Bond I saw. The first Bond I saw in a cinema was Pierce Brosnan.
Okay. I haven't, I don't think I've actually seen any of Brosnan's films as Bond, which might be shocking to some people, but I don't think I've actually seen any of them. He did have some good ones, though, didn't he? From what I've heard.
GoldenEye was a good one. Tomorrow Never Dies was okay. The Die Another Day was a bit fucking awful, to be honest.
Yeah, I hear it's a wide variety of quality. Yeah, but GoldenEye seems to be the one that gets mentioned.
Yeah, it wasn't down to his performance as an actor. He was a good Bond. He was he suited the role. He looked good in the role and everything. Right. It was just a fucking shit scripting, shit film.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no actor can work miracles with a crap script, right? I mean, it's going to drag them down, no matter how good they are.
Yeah, he was a good Bond.
Yeah, I'll have to check those movies out one of these days.
We need to watch Back to the Future first. Forget anything else.
Oh yeah, I got plenty of movies on the list that I should watch that I never got around to for some reason.
Brosnan was terrible. He wasn't. He was a fucking good Bond. He was. Kez. He was charismatic. He was good.
Well, I remember he was popular in that TV series. What was it, back in the 80s? What was that called? Can't remember. But he was kind of like a Bond character in that TV series.
But yeah, I mean, my least favourite Bond is probably Roger Moore. I just think he camped it up too much.
I agree. Roger Moore he was too lightweight. Like, he never seemed tough enough to be convincing as Bond, because there was so much comedy in his films. And lightweight is the word I would use. It's like, I just couldn't see Roger Moore's Bond ever getting into a really tough fight and actually winning it. Like, I mean, look at some of the Craig films. What was that one? God, was that Skyfall where he had that fight on the was it the train with that
Yes.
guy, and they were punching the hell out of each other. I mean, just breaking through, walls or whatever, and it was nuts. Like, that was an intense fist fight. Like, that was convincing, right? Like, this guy is a super tough, seasoned, well-trained agent that will do what he needs to do to take out the opposition. Roger Moore never did a scene like that. I mean, come on. Never.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I like Roger. I thought Roger Moore, actually, in the 1960s TV series The Saint, was really excellent in that show. Because I've seen a lot of those episodes, and he was really good in that.
It's one of those, again, he's a great actor, and he...
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, but
Yeah.
he just, for me, was not Bond. That was my
Yeah.
problem. It was just too he's working with the scripts, he's working to the direction he's given. So
yeah, well, I mean,
as an actor.
You got a script like Moonraker or something, which was, I mean, it was a fun film, but let's face it, it was a pretty silly script overall, really.
Well,
it was more of a comedy.
It's like the first Casino Royale with David Niven, the James Bond spoof,
That film I have seen, and that's pretty funny. Yeah, that's definitely not. Well, it wasn't really canon Bond, though, was it? Because it was kind of made outside of the official films, wasn't it?
It was the first Bond. It was the first Bond film.
You're not thinking of the one from like 1967, then?
Yeah, no, yeah. Obviously, I'm thinking of the first.
Well, the Sean Connery film started in like 62, right?
I thought Casino Royale was the first. I'll check it now.
There's a Casino Royale TV episode that they made of Bond from like the 1950s, I think. But that's not a movie per se. But I know Sean Connery.
I think it might have confused it because it was the first James Bond novel, perhaps.
Yeah, because there was Sean Connery, I believe Connery's first film was 1962. With what was it, Dr. No, I think was the first film, and then he did stuff like Russia with Love, Goldfinger during the 60s. You Only Live Twice, I think was 1967, and then Connery quit, and in 69 they had George Lazenby step in doing Her Majesty's Secret Service. Then they managed to pay Connery enough, I guess. I think it was 1970 he did Diamonds Are Forever, which was probably the first Bond film I saw at the drive-in theater back then. By the way, I think Diamonds Are Forever is just a god-awful film. I think it's the worst of Connery's films as Bond. It really wasn't very good. But, yeah. And then I think it was 1967 when they did the one with David Niven or whatever playing Bond. It was a weird film. It was fun, but it was kind of goofy.
Robert Pattinson as Batman. To be honest, I thought I liked when Clooney was announced as the first Batman. I thought, not Clooney, Affleck was announced as the first Batman. I thought it was going to be shit, and he was really fucking good at it. And I was gutted that he hasn't got his own Batman movie. So maybe Pattinson will be the same, because at the minute I'm thinking, what the fuck. I really liked Affleck as Batman. I thought he did a fucking great job in the role. It was a shame to see him not carry it on. And to be replaced by Robert fucking Pattinson, for fuck's sake. Fucking Twilight. But there you go.
Yeah, the last Batman I saw was the ones. What was his name? He did Batman Begins, and they did the one with the Joker with Heath Ledger, and then there was the third film, which was a big disappointment. I can't remember the title of it either.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, Christian Bale. I thought Christian Bale was really good as Batman. I thought he was pretty intense and got the job done. Yeah, and the special effects were pretty cool too. I mean, the Batmobile in the second film was pretty damned awesome.
Are you talking to me?
Also, a fun fact, the Batmobile in that film was actually built by a guy here in British Columbia who actually built the car here down. I think it was down in Vancouver. Probably a fun fact most people don't know.
What was the fun bit?
But yeah, I like the first two Batman films in that trilogy, but the third one was very disappointing. What was the villain's name? Bane or something? I just thought he was a real letdown.
It was Tom Hardy. Played him.
The thing is, after Heath Ledger's Joker, I mean, you better come up with a pretty damn amazing villain to beat that, you know. And they unfortunately did not.
I've come up against some good villains recently and prevailed. North Wales Police being one.
I guess it was it Heath Ledger's final film when he played the Joker? I think it might have been, wasn't it?
No.
Or did he do one after that? I can't remember now.
Wasn't his final film, no.
But it must have been close to it, because he passed away, what, a couple years after that? It's very sad, though. He was such a damn good actor. Like, man, his Joker was really scary. Like, really scary. Like, he was out there.
The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus was Heath Ledger's last film, apparently.
Okay, I have heard of the title. I have no idea about the film, but...
I've never seen it. I don't think I've seen it anyway.
I've heard of the film, but I have not seen it. Yeah, I like Gotham, too. I thought Gotham was really a good show.
Barty, settle.
It's too bad that Gotham ended. It was just getting really good. I would actually love to see them continue that with actually some real Batman in the series.
I think
it was good.
The problem they had though was just the fucking cast was getting too old. You know, they were then starting to encroach on the film territory, which they obviously can't touch. So
yeah, I suppose
they Batman live TV series, because
they always did plan to end it right at the point where he did become the Batman, right? Like officially, that was the last episode, kind of thing. So
yeah, I think they're up against and you know he's going to struggle because unless you have him as a fucking baby, which obviously can't do. Who wants to watch a fucking baby? You know, apart from a parent. So yeah, difficult.
Yeah. No, Gotham was a good show for what it was. I mean, I'm glad they made it. It definitely filled in a lot of the early years backstory to, you know, the guy that definitely became Batman eventually.
Yeah.
And Bruce Wayne was always an interesting character that never really got as much backstory as he deserved, which they finally did do a lot of in Gotham, which was kind of quite interesting to see, actually. And Alfred, the guy that played Alfred in Gotham was awesome. He was such a real badass. He was funny.
Sean Pertwee, the son of John Pertwee, the third Doctor.
Really?
Sean Pertwee's been in a lot of gangster films.
I did not realize that. Yeah, he was a really badass Alfred. He's probably the favorite actor in that series for me. I enjoyed his performances. He was like a really hard-edged Alfred. You know, sometimes Alfred is portrayed as kind of not quite so hard-edged, but Gotham really gave us a tough Alfred.
Yeah, a bit different to Michael Caine.
Yeah, definitely. Michael Caine's a hell of an actor, though, for sure.
Never really been an action actor, though, has he? Even in his heyday, even like films like The Italian Job, he was never an action man in it, was he?
Well, I guess there's something about Caine. He's got that kind of sophisticated style. He just doesn't seem like an action type of guy. Even though he's a hell of a great actor, but yeah, he just doesn't seem like a guy that would fit into the action genre, so to speak.
He's got a man of style and class who would talk his way out of a situation rather than punch his way out of it. Allowed list. How do I get on your allowed list then, Alan? I'm sure I must be on your allowed list.
What's allowed?
I think the things that I would like to do to Alan are not allowed in any country at all, to be honest.
Uh-oh.
But there we go.
Well, that sounds entertaining.
That'll be entertaining for her. And me, hopefully. Underrated werewolf film. There's not a lot of werewolf films there. I mean, fucking Teen Wolf. I don't even think Teen Wolf's that underrated. I think it's a bit of a cult hit.
Yeah, it's another show I haven't seen. Damn. So have I got time for one more drink, Andrew? Are you going to be on for a few more minutes?
I'm at the end of my can now, and the dog's giving me eyes, so I think it's time for me to head off. I think.
Okay. Well, I guess I don't refresh my drink then. I've still got a little bit of this one left, so I'll just hang in till the end then.
That one's finished. So it's time to say goodnight. Thank you to our guests, Bobby and PvP. Next week, there'll be a Drinking with Andrew special in aid of some charity. I don't know which charity because I've paid no fucking attention whatsoever. For Halloween, like celebration thing. It might not be in aid of charity. I think it is. I think there's donations and shit going on. I'll find out, and you'll find out next weekend. Thanks all for watching, folks. We'll see you all soon.
Thanks, Andrew. It was fun. Next week. See ya.
Bye all.